Well, you guys stepped on the scene, and it's another episode of the King of Content Show. Guys, I am back at it like a crack addict, and I'm ready to cause static. So, guys, if you're new here, you are about to be entertained because that's what I do. That's what I do. All right, anyway, so guys, we got some good stuff for you today. I got two topics that I really want to get into, and I think they're interesting topics because, one, I actually felt the brunt of this weekend when I am actually streaming right now on my brand new Sony Inzone M9 PlayStation 5 monitor. Well, I call it a PlayStation 5 monitor because it got the white and black that look just like the PlayStation 5. They actually made it to run perfectly with the PlayStation 5. But technically it it works for high-end PCs as well. But with that being said, I want to actually talk about graphics and is it a gimmick or not? Because I got this monitor and I'll tell you that we're going to talk about it. Now, number two, guys, Saints Row is about to come out. It was a big deal. Is it coming for Stadia? Is it not coming for Stadia? Oh, it is coming for Stadia. Well, I want to know how many of you are actually getting the damn game anyway. So we're going to get into it. I want to know how important is a AAA coming to Stadia? Is it really important? So with that being said, if you're new here, guys, check it out. I'm the king of content. And I am because of three things. Number one is I'm the all-purpose champ. That's right. You see it at the bottom. That simply means one thing and one thing only. I'm the all-purpose champ. I'm a gaming guru. You could find me on anything from PlayStation to Xbox to Stadia. Anywhere I have my digital gamer footprints, just look up all-purpose champ. Send me a friend request. And number two of being the king of content, guys, I'm the master of vlogging. And that simply means that I have put time in since 2011 when I formed this channel, and I've been making content for 11 years. Guys, every birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, a lot of people can't say that. They can't say, well, you can see my life. Guys, I put my life out there so you guys can ridicule me, love me, do whatever you want. but I put my life out there so you guys can enjoy the entertainment that I provide. So, guys, if I buy a product like this Sony Inzone monitor, it was $8.99. Spent my own money. Guys, check out the review. I think actually, if you look it up, it's one of the first reviews you'll see right now, because unlike the people who got the test models, which is cool, that's cool, but I actually paid for mine and I did a review. I spent all day Saturday, so go check out the review. It's doing good, and I want more and more people to check it out. Then number 3, guys, the most important thing of me being the all-purpose champ, the master of vlogging, the king of content, is I'm also the cowboy. And when you see this cowboy hat, you just need to know one thing. That, guys, I'm about the nonsense and the silliness and the craziness. Guys, I am here to entertain. Guys, you might catch some dancing on here. You might catch some zip, zip, some martial arts. Guys, I am with the entertainment. So, with that being said, that's what simply makes me the king of content. So, I'm going to grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair, and we're going to get into this. And with that being said, no, whoa. I don't like it. Something's off. Something is off. You know what's off? I like to have a full body view. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I like. You ain't cutting off the gun show. All right. So with that being said, guys, there's 3 things I like to say before I get the show ready and popping. Right? Number 1, this show is gonna be epic. Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man. And number 2, guys, I'm here with the nonsense. I done told you before, I like to have fun. I like to stir up some controversy. I like to talk my little trash. Guys, I'm here to entertain. So you guys just know, if you're getting pissed off by a guy with a cowboy hat on, that sounds like a personal problem to me. Because I already came out here and told you guys that I like to entertain. I like to be funny and witty. So let's just have a ball. So with that being said, if you guys ain't about being a winner, because that's what I am, then you're the opposite of a loser. And that means you can't handle the cowboy. But I ain't going to explain it to you. I got somebody who don't have a problem. Take it away.
You're a winner. And you know what winners say? Fuck the losers who can't take a joke. Man the fuck up.
Woo! All right. Well, with that being said, let's go to the chat real quick. Maybe I'll do this. I'll get to the chat. And when I first get down to the chat, then we'll officially start the show. So let's see the early people in the chat. And this is cool because this monitor is 27 inches. My laptop screen was 15.6 inches. So there was an issue where I had something on the screen and some people had a problem with. Well, let's just say that won't happen with this because this screen is like twice the size of that old one. So, all right, anyway, but coming in first in the building is none other than my guy, Michael Pannon. Let's give it up. And then also my brother, Dave. Hey, Dave, I hope you've been paying attention. Watch all of my review videos I've been putting out. I've been putting you in every video, bro. I've been going like this. Here's the official And Now Your Mama Knows knife, brought to you by my brother, Dave. So check it out, man. I want to give you a shout out. Thank you so much for this knife. And it's definitely a part of the show. So you're always a part of the show every time I open something. Plus your voice is in the intro of everything. So, all right, guys. FCAT is in the building. What's going on, FCAT? Yeah. My man Dave said he can't speak much about great games, but graphics is a gimmick. Yo, Wilson, what are you doing up in the building? Let's go. Oh, we're gonna get into it, Wilson. Yo, my man. Yo, let me give it up for my man Ellis. Yeah, that's my man right there. All right, let's see. Let's see. Dave said the companies are gonna come out with the latest and greatest to attract more people. Yo, that's real. That's real. Yo, Goon Squad is in the building. Give them a shout out. Oh, hey Dave, I appreciate you more than you know, man. I'm gonna put you in like 4 recent videos. Like, it's cool. You're in the very beginning. Well, I'll actually go through and show you what videos. But all right, guys. So now that I got through all the first people in the chat, now we're gonna get this show on and popping. Let's get it rocking. So, guys, I always like to say this. There's a guy special to my heart, and his name is Bruce Campbell. You know why? Because Bruce created the epic theme song for this channel. So before I do every show, before it really gets started, because this is just the pre-show, guys, it's about to get started after I play the epic intro. Let's go. And now your mama knows. Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon. All right, don't mind me. So this monitor is new. I was messing around with stuff, and it was like, oh, you can increase the graphical settings of your computer and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't get what I'm supposed to be doing. So anyway, I was messing with that. But guys, what's going on, man? It's another day in the life, doing another show. Let me see. All right, now that I got this all on one screen, let me see. Actually, it was bigger before. I don't know what I did, but anyway. Let's see. Oh, hold on. What's going on? We gave a shout out to just about everybody if I can. So what's going on, G? Let me see. I remember that, bro. My voice is on every intro. Remember is people and remember me. The one, the only, the green eyes coming to your door like nobody has before. And don't forget, I'm standing at 6'4". Yo, I like that. Well, let me tell you this. I'm getting comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So taking the socks off, okay? And the show's about to get started. So guys, make sure you jump into the poll. I got a poll going on. The poll is asking you guys, what would you like the first topic to be? So are graphics a gimmick, or are you getting Saints Row? So right now we got 57% are graphics a gimmick, and 43% is the Saints Row. So that's what we got so far. Make sure you guys join in the poll. Let's do that. Let's see. So let me see real quick. So let me see something. I wonder if, so it says PC native. So this is the NVIDIA change resolution. I don't even know what this is too. So select the display you would like to change. Okay. HDMI, 60 hertz. Sorry guys, I'm just checking this out. Use default color settings. You do not want to adjust the color settings. With the NVIDIA control panel, the color has been set by the operating system you prefer. This is kind of cool. But let me get this off my screen because it's taken away from my show. All right, now let's see. I want to stop sharing. I got something I want to share, guys. So we could do this and start the show off. I got some stuff I want to put on there. Let's see. Just don't show the feet. Yeah, definitely not going to show my feet. We won't be showing the feet. Let's see. Guys, we got 62% says we're going to talk about the graphics being a gimmick, and 38% is for if you guys want to use, if you're going to get Stadia. But before we do that, I'll let that cook a little bit. And let me share this. I don't know why my dog is such an angry individual, man. What is the problem? All right, so let's do this. Let's share this. Let's see. Yeah, we do this. I don't like that I have it on two screens. Let me see if I could merge this screen with the other screen. Should be able to. Nope, I guess not. All right. Anyway, so let's check this out. I just like to pull up some info, right? So let's actually look at the Saints. Look, so this is a thing I like to go to that got a bunch of different gaming info, right? So let's see. One has the review. So IGN gave it a 6.0. Said the superpowers have been scrapped and the sex toys have been safely stowed back in the sock drawer. The new Saints Row has shed its shark jumping silliness and muffled tendencies in favor of a return to its open world gangland roots. All right, so pretty much they're going back to the older Saints Row, probably like part 3, which was pretty cool. All right, that's that. So let's see. Sony is being sued for is that $5 billion? Wow. All right, that's crazy. I kind of looked at this story earlier. It's just pretty much saying Sony was getting sued because in the UK they was overcharging people. So, you know, they're trying to sue them. So, hey, it is what it is. It's between Sony and them. Let me see. New free PS2 emulators. Sneaks into the Xbox. Don't care about that. Let me see. Saints Row review. Ugly and boring. Hot trash. Damn. This one gave it a 5 out of 10. IGN gave it a 6 out of 10. That's funny because I didn't want to go into that story yet, but it seems like people are already bringing that up. So that's pretty crazy. Let me see. Yo, Ella said, imagine that. Let me see. You know I'm better off being hyped up about the Dead Island 2 releasing. I mean, yeah, I mean, Dead Island 2, I was never a big fan of Dead Island, but I know it was a big deal. Let me see. The Last of Us Part 1's trophy list leaked. Nobody care about that. Switch bestseller as PS5 outsells Xbox Series X. Well, that's what PlayStation do. Let me see. Mortal Kombat 30th anniversary bundle leaks via Amazon. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's see. Only bad games are harder to make these days. Only bad games. Okay, that's interesting. Let me see. What else we got on here? Microsoft Activision acquisition gets first regulatory authority approved in Saudi Arabia. Okay, that's good. That's good. Streaming Xbox games to a Samsung TV is such a breeze. Let's see. Starfield at Gamescom may still happen as Bethesda alerts plans again. Oh, that's cool. Let me see. This is really cool. Emulating the Xbox 360 on the Steam Deck. I don't might care about that. Let me see. Saints Row is a painfully generic open world. Damn, they are going in on Saints Row. Halo Infinite August matchmaking updates. Indie developers. Let's see. NBA 323. Marvel Midnight Suns. All right, so there's not much on here that I see that I really want to get into, that have some deep conversations. But I think it's cool just to always have this to look at. What is this? Rainbow Six Siege. Brutal Swarm. Interesting. All right. So we get rid of this. All right. So that was that. Man, it's crazy looking at this monitor. So my monitor's only 27 inches, right? But for me, it's huge. It's like, feels like it's twice the size of my 15 point. Well, it's almost twice the size when you think of it. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's see where the poll is at. And I know a bunch of people are checking out Clive's show right now. Matter of fact, how about we do that? Let's just sneak in and check out Clive. Let's spy on him. Let me see. I would have thought it would have popped up on my thing. So let's go sneak on Clive. Guys, I'm actually liking this large screen, man. My only issue is I don't like the fact that I can't keep both screens open. That's bothering me. For some reason, when I pull stuff, I do extended mode and I pull stuff on this screen. I'm sure it's probably a way to figure it out, but it's like glitchy. Let me see, cloud gaming. No, I want to do Clive. Jeez, man. Clive Stadia. All right, just want to pop in on them. All right, he is live right now.
Gameplay gives you access to thousands of games and movies. It's just 54 cents a day
Hold
for a
on,
month of
guys.
video game rentals. Except Gamescom. Let's meet.
All right, so let's check it out.
Stadia. We know Stadia.
Where's the ice hockey game? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What did they say? I know I can't. I was going to do a bad Canadian accent. I won't. Yeah. Right. Right. Anyway, I just thought I'd nip that in there. Just saw that as rumor. Put it in the rumors. I'm not convinced yet. I know John feels convinced. Look at him. Super happy there. I think I need more. I think I need a bit more sauce. Yeah, John, we need a bit more sauce, I think, on that one. But you never know. You never know. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let us go to chat. Let me just refresh the current page of chat because it loves not appearing chat. Let me just go back to the main.
All right, so I want to pop in on him. I used to watch his show all the time, but now I like doing my show at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, right? So he does his show at 5. I used to at one point went after him, and it's just better for me because then I get to watch wrestling later on with my wife. So it is what it is. But Maker of Chaos is in the building. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? When I see people like Maker, it reminds me that I need to add the link for people to join. To join the channel. Nope, I'm just gonna say show. All right, there we go. You guys can join the show if you like. Maker, I want to talk to you about this tech stuff, man. I might need your help to figure out some stuff I'm doing on my computer. I mean, not my computer, my new monitor. So let me go to the chat. Let's see. I love that it is larger on here. That's pretty cool. Let me see. Ron Slusher says Saint Row is a 10 out of 10 for me. Did you play it yet? Because I think it comes out on the 23rd. Rest in peace, Saints Row. Damn. I heard his bugs make Cyberpunk look good. Well, they always had crazy bugs, though. So I'll figure, you know, maybe they could have fixed it, though. I heard it's like Wolfenstein Youngblood. All right, there you go, guys. You guys could join. So if anybody want to jump in here with me, let's do that. Well, let's look at the poll, and then we're going to get into this. All right, let's see. So the poll, man, you guys actually want to talk about graphics. All right. So are graphics a gimmick? 60% says yes. Let's go with that first. Or are you getting Saints Row on Stadia? 36% says yes for that. So I'll wait 2 more minutes, and then we could actually choose. One moment. All right. All right. Let's see. We got 1 minute. Then we're gonna go to it. Oh, Lethal's in the building. What's up with? Oh, actually, let me get some shout outs, man. So who he had just snuck up in here? So Ron, Amazon Ron is in the building. Maker did come in the building. And now FCAT is in the building. And Lethal is in the building. Nobody want to talk about Saints Row. Yo, this getting trashed right now. It's crazy. Let me see. I've heard a few people say that this might be the end of Saints Row as a franchise. I mean, if they're rebranding it, right, and it doesn't do good, that's possible, you know? I like 1 and 2. Yeah, my wife, man. So it's her favorite game franchise. She beat part 2, 3, 4, and the Get Out of Hell DLC. So that's her thing. But anyway, I'm going to end the poll because I think we know what we're talking about first. So I need all you little experts on here to get on in here. So let's see. So the poll, 64% says, are graphics a gimmick? And are you getting Saints Row on Stadia? It's 36%. So we're ending that poll, and we could actually get into this thing because yeah, that was a bit of a landslide. All right, let me see. Ron said F reviews. Play the game and form. No, I agree with you though. But here's my thing, Ron. This is what I say. I say game fly to the rescue, baby. So personally, I'm gonna get this game for my wife, right? It's her favorite game, so I won't be game flying this. I'll be buying it. Plus, I won on the Stadia 1000 day. I won a free copy of a game, so Jack will be giving me a free copy. I'm gonna use it towards Saints Row. So hey, now here's the honest thing. I'm only gonna buy 1 copy, and I was gonna buy 2. On PlayStation, I would have bought 1 and we could share. I'm only going to buy 1, let my wife play it, and when she's not playing it, then I'm going to check it out, and I'll debate if I want to buy a 2nd copy so I can play with her. I'm going to be honest, because maybe it's not worth it, right? And she'll let me know because she's a big fan. So, let's see. Elden Ring got great reviews, but the game is hot garbage to me. You know what? I rented Elden Ring, and it was cool, but it wasn't good enough for me to keep. So, hey, I feel you. Guys, let's talk about this. The reason why I'm bringing this up, all right, is I bought the, matter of fact, let's go find the video. We're going to find a video. We're going to show it. All right. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys. Let's choose this one. Damn, I'm liking the screen being giant, man. Good stuff. Let me take me off. Okay, there we go. So I didn't realize it was 240 hertz, right? So one of the, I don't want to say one of the first people, but I guess one of the first people because it's hard to find. That's what they're saying. But I got it delivered to me on Saturday, the day after it came out. I tested it all day, did a review. The review's out there. If you search for it, it's one of the first reviews that come. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's check this out, guys. Go to YouTube. I'm curious. Let's see how many views I got on it now. This is for my own enjoyment. All right, you guys can look with me. So we're gonna go to Sony Inzone. Let me just put only Sony Inzone in. Sony Inzone M9. Let's see what comes up. Darn it. I was like the third one. Where am I? That ain't right. All right. Well, I was up there. What the hell is Brian doing on here? What? Oh, that's for you. All right. Okay. Well, what if we look up review then? All right. Let me see. Look up review. Oh, come on, man. That ain't cool. All right. Well, that's a bummer. I was like the third one that came up before. All right, let me see. 1 month. See, these are the guys that, you know, they did this a while ago. 1 month ago. Huh. Ah, that's funny that shifted. I guess maybe because it's actually out now, more people are looking it up and they put them up there higher. But let's see something. Let's look at the filters. And let's look if it just came out, right? Let's look at this week. Look at that. I'm at the top, baby. 1 day ago. What we got? Oh, it's up to 304 views. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so that's pretty cool. All right, anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up is, and I talked to Hope, so this is cool. But people was like, bro, it's going to blow you away. Wait till you see the graphics. And I'm like, all right, cool, cool, cool. And honestly, I'm not blown away. Like, I played Destiny on 120 frames. Oh, no. And I was like, you see it in the beginning, right? When the characters move in and everything. And I'm like, okay, that looks cool. But after that, it's like, it's not that big of a deal after that, right? It's kind of like, all right, well, like 2 minutes after playing, your brain just process you running and trying not to get killed, and you don't realize the whole fluidness anymore, right? So anyway, let's go to the chat. Let's see. Let me see. I've heard the characters and story are bad in this one. Let me see. I think the trailer had lots of dislikes. Roller Dome got better reviews and looks fun. Elden Ring got a lot of likes, but I still hate it. You probably just suck at it. I mean, that's fair, but generally consensus is that most people enjoy Elden Ring. Otherwise, it would have sold 17 million copies in the 4 months. It wouldn't have. Yeah, I mean, you got a good point. I will be buying Saints Row tonight and will be killing people with my naked avatar. Hold on, wait. I thought it come out on the 23rd. Oh, wait, today's the 22nd. Damn, the 23rd is tomorrow. Let me see, how many copies were traded to get? I mean, you might have a good point. Mario Kart 8 has sold 60 million copies. Does it make it the best Switch game ever? Got a good point. I do love the back and forth. But guys, so let me get back on topic. Let me do something too. So my issue is I got the game, right? I mean, I got the monitor. And honestly, it's not the end all be all. It doesn't blow me away. Like, it wasn't special at all. And the issue that I had is a lot of people was like, oh, trust me, bro, it's going to blow you away. And it didn't. And so it had me thinking, my TV over there is probably like 6 years old. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like 1080p, right? I don't even know if it's 60. And honestly, when I played my monitor, I was like, bro, it don't look that much better than this, than my old TV. So it's crazy, right? But I feel like, to me, graphics is a gimmick, right? Now, yes, reason why I'm saying it today, right? So remember, like PlayStation 2. You went from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, you was like, whoa. Then you went from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, and you was like, okay. And then you went from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, and you're like, I feel like some of those games. So I just feel like maybe it's possible that the graphics nowadays just isn't that amazing. From what we've seen previously, right? Because I got a 4K 70-inch TV in the other room, right? I just don't use it because I like my monitor. But my monitor is 1080p, 144 hertz, right? So honestly, I feel like graphics is kind of a gimmick now. Now, right? Now, I get it if you was in the Stone Ages and you had a tube top TV with the big back, right? So for you, running at like 720, you know, you'd be like, whoa. But if you've been in the general public having regular TVs over the last 15 years, Now, granted, you'll go to the store and you'll always see those TVs that show the like, you know, got like the dripping, oh man, honey and all that, and it looks so amazing, right? But I feel like you never could get your TV to look like that when you're watching regular stuff at home, because they shoot those videos to look that amazing, but you don't see it like that. Like, matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. I was watching a video the other day, and it had that video in it. So let me see if I can find it. It was just last night, I think it was. Let me see if I can find it. I forgot what the video was on. Yeah, I think it was the Sony monitor itself.
As owner of Mint Mobile, I always want to find.
Now, let me find it. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. They always put these like videos, right? And it's always like the same thing. It's like, you know, it's like all this amazing stuff on the screen, right? Yeah, let me show you guys. I'm gonna get to the chat. Just hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna let this take over. So yeah, but let me get to the chat. Let's see. I will say the one thing is that this thing is so big, I can see all the comments perfectly fine. I do love that. Let me see. Okay, let's see. All right. Paul, my man. Yo, hold on. Let me shout out my right-hand man, Paul, in the building. Says, shout out the cowboy who turns out to be blind and see the difference between 1080 and 4K and 30 frames and 60 frames to 120 frames. Yeah, man. Didn't blow me away, bro. Like, I definitely seen the difference in the 120, but I think the gimmick is you're like, whoa, but it's a shooting game, right? It's you know, you're playing against other people, so you don't stop to be like, look at this. You're like, damn, I just got shot, right? So and even saying that, it was only on Destiny 2, right? The mode was only for the Crucible, meaning when you're going against other players. It wasn't for the regular game where you could just walk and look at stuff, right? So yeah. Let me see. Foster probably hasn't set the thing up properly. Listen, I wish that was the case. But the cool thing with that monitor is made in mind with the PlayStation 5. So it automatically linked to the PlayStation 5 and set up everything. Matter of fact, when you play certain stuff, it knows to switch it to cinematic, right? You'll see the screen like flicker. So, and I got that little counter on the screen. That shows how many frames you're going in, you know? Matter of fact, I'm going to put that counter on right now, just to be funny. Let's see. Where is the counter at? Frame counter. It's funny because you always got to turn it off. I mean, you always got to turn it back on. So right now, my frame counter is at 60 frames. So it's on there. You can see it the whole time. Yo, give a shout out to my man, Obi, Rose, Kenobi. Let me tell you something, Obi. I want you to listen and look into my eyes, Obi Rose. Okay? Let me tell you something. You coming around here trying to talk smack like you somebody important. But everybody knows the cowboy will smack the hot dog piss out of anybody who goes up against him. I done took on many challengers. and so many people, they're nowhere to be found in the community. I could go down the list of the names. So, Obi, don't have a short-lived career on YouTube messing with the cowboy. Now, we might know each other from outside of this thing we call YouTube. Yeah, I was in your wedding. I was the flyest guy coming down to the Top Gun music with a Superman shirt on. I opened it up. Yeah, that was me. And you was in my wedding coming down, dancing, shucking the jiving. But that don't mean a goddamn thing, Obi, because I will smack the fire out of you and let you realize the all-purpose champ is king around these parts. So get that together, bro. Just saying. Anyway, put my glasses back on. Yeah, shots is fired. Let me see. But he is in the chat. All right, yo, Zero Games in the building. Hold on. Looks like Saint Row is available now. Is available now on Stadia. Let's see, guys. Let's go to Stadia. And we're going to see if Saints Row is available on Stadia right now. All right, so we're on Stadia. Let's see. Let's go to the store. And nobody sees Saint Row. You would have think that would have been at the top. Like that would have been at the top of the list. You know what's cool is like this monitor seems it's automatically in 60 frames. So what happens if I play something that's not in 60 frames? Is this monitor already going to have it in 60? Because if so, that's pretty cool. Let's search Saints Row. Okay. Doesn't look like Saints Row is on Stadia. So there you have it. All right. Let's see. FCat said, not on Stadia yet. Still no pre-order. Might be pro or shadow dropped. Yo, imagine if Stadia got it pro. That would shut a lot of people up. But here's the problem. People would have already bought it. And then pro isn't until, damn, like, I go on vacation next week. Oh, guys, by the way, I'll be on vacation next week. So things going to be a little crazy. But, yeah. So that's not for like another 2 weeks. So if it went on pro on the 1st, the only thing that would suck is that other people would already bought it. You know? I guess the people who didn't buy it would probably subscribe to Stadia just to get it. But let me see. It's out in Germany, Cat. Okay. On Stadia. Oh, is it on Stadia? I have the option to buy it now. What, on Stadia? It'll be out in the UK in 48 minutes also. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. That's because they're 5 hours ahead of us. Is it $70 on Stadia? It shouldn't. FCat seeing it's not a $70 game. Okay. No. Yo, Vet Cloud Gaming. Hold on, we're gonna give it up for Vet Cloud Gaming is in the building. Give it up for my man Vet. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see. At normal viewing distance, 6 to 8 feet from a 50-inch TV, it's difficult to see the difference between 1080 and 4K. Yeah. Let me see. Do a backflip in 120 frames, cowboy. So I will do my backflip, but I'm going to do it when I get back from vacation. I don't want to, just in case I do injure myself, I don't want to injure myself before I go on vacation. But guys, I will be doing my backflip. I come back from vacation September 3rd. So when I get back, I'm going to be doing my backflip. Just so y'all know. So what I'm talking about is I never did a backflip on the ground. I did it on trampoline, but never on the ground. So every year I try to do something different that I never did before. So as I say, I'm getting older, I'm kind of getting younger, or I'm evolving. So I'm 46 years old now, and I'm going to do a backflip for the first time at 46 years young. And now your mama knows. It's really not. Let me see. I love my Odyssey G7 monitor over my 4K TV, and I'm new to the monitor game. So people did tell me about that monitor. I was looking into that as well. Get him Obi Rose Kenobi. Obi ain't doing a damn thing. Cowboy going in on Obi. I got to. The all-purpose champ is what he said. Speak on it, Obi. Yeah, hey guys, don't hype him up, man. I'll run him up out of here. Some places in Europe it is. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was supposed to be texting something. Let's see. All right, let's see. Yo, bro, I go to the video. I beat you in Tekken. All right. Yo, Lion's in the building. Let's give it up for Lion. That's my guy. Hey, I'm surprised none of you guys jumping on the show. I put the link out there. It's pinned to the chat. Jump on in. You know what's happening, he said. Let me see. PSVR 2 just confirmed coming early 2023. Okay, fair enough. I'll be getting one of those. You were challenged to enter the Lion's Den on stream yesterday. Was I now? Well, I missed that. All right, guys. So, yeah. So, we were talking about graphics and is it a gimmick or not? What do you guys think, though? There's a lot of new people that jumped in the building. Let me know what's your thoughts on this. You know? Let's see. It's probably a next-gen game. Version shows it is going to cost $70. Oh, okay. Yo, Windstar's in the building. Let's give it up for Windstar, man. Yeah. Yo, clip it, Lion. Clip it. You know I ain't afraid to come up in no Lion's Den. I just watched yesterday Beast. And I watched them little pussycats get slapped around. That's the same thing I'd do to any lion. You know the cowboy ain't afraid to pull out and put that lion down. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, lion. You know. You already know. Yo, and guess who's in the building? DJ Grum. Let's give it up. DJ Grum. DJ Grum. Give it up. 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 Give it. All right. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. All right. So, yeah, man. So we had a second topic. It's kind of, we like merge topics because one, I wanted to talk about, you know, if graphics is a gimmick or not, right? And then two, I wanted to talk about Saints Row coming to Stadia. Are you getting it? Now, earlier I went and we seen reviews, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. So they're kind of trashing the reviews right now, right? Me personally, I'm getting it regardless because my wife is a fan. So you know how that goes. But hold up real quick. Let me see. All right. So anyways, yeah, I mean, I was a little, all right, let me get this right. I'm not bummed out, right? Okay, let me move this. I was wondering what is making that noise, that whatever. So I'm not bummed out that in the end, my monitor wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, right? Because now what's cool is when I play my PlayStation 5, I could play it from right here where I'm sitting at. Instead of, like, when I used to stream the PlayStation 5, I would have to move my TV and do all this nonsense, right? Now I don't have to do that at all. So that's cool. But I thought I was going to be like, yo, and that's not the case. It didn't, like, super blow me away. So But listen, maybe there's some settings I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's the case, but we'll keep messing with it. If I notice anything different or better, you know me, I'll make a video. I'll let you guys know. But look, man, I think I see Holtz down there. And Holtz said he was, first of all, let's give Holtz a shout out. So I don't follow reviews as they don't usually cater for what I define the best parts of a game. So, Holtz, we're talking about, we're going to get into that also, but we're talking about, and you told me, you said, bro, you're not going to see a big difference. It's more of a gimmick. It's more like the PC crowd telling people what's necessary. So what's your thoughts, Holtz? And if you want, you could jump on in, Holtz, and say it live. But tell me what you got to say, Holtz, because you were big into trying to tell me that this wasn't going to like blow my socks off, right? So jump on in, Holtz, and give us your feedback. And while you do that, I want to see something though. Thought I had a different thing. Let's see, one moment. Trying to find something. I think this is a video. Hold on, guys. I'm looking for something. Look for a picture. So this kind of cuts off the thing that says show. And I thought I had a picture where it was up higher, which I'd rather put on. Let's see. Is that it? Okay, no, I think that's exactly what I already have. Right. Yep. Let me see. I think I gotta make one. Let me see this. Okay, that was that one. Don't want that. Let's see. Wasn't that? Wasn't that here? Let's see this real quick. That is dope. I like that. But it just, because this at the bottom comes across, it cuts it off. So when I make one, I have to give it a little more height at the bottom. And I don't think I have anything that's on my computer. Nope, I don't think I do. That's how it should be. You know? Sabira! All right, let me switch this back. Let me switch it back. Or actually, I could really get into it, you know? Yeah, the Stadia Avengers, baby. This might give y'all epilepsy, though. Y'all had to watch this all day. You be like, what in the hell? This is kind of cool, though. You gotta admit. I think it is pretty cool. It's kind of cool. All right, let me change that for make somebody have a trip. What I could do, though, is I could get, that's how the Cowboy's supposed to be, all right? Home on a ranch, you know? All right. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. There we go. All right. Let's see. Let me get to the chat. Winstar said, maybe it's just the games you tried. Maybe Horizon will look better. No, I use Horizon. I played Horizon. I put that in too. You could see it was pretty good with 60 frames, that mode, you know, it was pretty good, but it wasn't, you know what it is? I was already playing on my laptop when I play Marvel Avengers in 60 frames, right? So I was already playing 60 frames, 1080p, 144 hertz. So it just was nothing special. Oh man, Holt said, let me boot up. There we go. Lion said, I clip it for you. Give me that clip, guys. We got the man, the myth, the legend, my guy, your guy, the man who could be seen from here to Tatooine. He's also known as the accent guy. Give it up for none other than Hope. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what, Cowboy? It really is a shame. It really, when I seen that review today, it really pained me deep inside. I thought to myself, because there's not, when you got sort of like friends and gaming community, now we all want to sort of say to each other, this is going to be the best thing ever. We spend our money and we really want each other to be like, oh my God, this is the best ever platform, the best ever hardware ever, that we can sort of rise up and encourage more. And it's just a shame that we've experienced it ourselves with our own eyes, and we've sort of went. I mean, we can see where other people are coming from, but to us, sort of price and performance is not a thing, is it?
You know what it is? I think maybe people thought like I was going to, I don't know, maybe they thought I haven't played anything in recent years.
Right. So you're the same background as me. So let me just explain where my logic comes from. Like, when the PlayStation 3 came out, they were the first consoles, the first thing to provide HDR.
Okay.
And I remember when HDR came out, I went, oh my God, this is the next step in gaming. And then when I went to PC didn't offer the same type of HDR standards or performance or optimization that we were used to in consoles, because consoles had to be optimized to a set performance of hardware, right? So when we seen like The Last of Us, PlayStation 3, we seen everything get squeezed perfect, and we were like, oh my God, these games are amazing. And then we went on to the PlayStation 4, and we seen games like God of War and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, it's unbelievable how these developers are squeezing the perfect power of these consoles to give us these amazing features. And we didn't have to go above and beyond our budget, because the developers were catering for our level of experience. And then when the PC Master Race came in, they're like, oh yeah, but you need these response times, you need these blah 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 blah, high frame rates. It's like, no, we don't, because I don't feel like games are fully catered for these. But we still believe that, like, the idea of the PC know better, so we follow their messaging, which I done about 2 years ago after coming from a telly. And then when I actually came to my monitor at a 49-inch 32.9 aspect ratio, 240 hertz, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, it must be so powerful. And when I tuned in, I was like, this is no different from what I was playing on my TV.
I will say this, host, the number one thing about this monitor, I just noticed, okay? Well, first of all, my laptop was 15.6 inches. This is 27. It's almost twice the size, right? So I will say this. I'm loving the size. But, bro, your eyes are so blue. I never noticed that on my monitor. Yo, I'm like, damn, maybe the colors. Yo, your eyes.
Oh, my God, the flattery. Stop
no,
it.
I'm looking, right? So if the screen is like twice as big, right? And I'm looking, I'm like, damn, I never knew Holt's eyes was that blue, man. You got beautiful eyes, man. Listen, a grown man can tell another grown man he has beautiful eyes, all right?
Okay, Cal, keep the monitor. It's lovely. You got color correction. It's amazing. Look at that.
Yeah, right?
True to tone.
I am colorblind, but no, man, I'm like, oh, wow. Now, Holtz, what I want to know.
With it, now, I just want to say this, guys.
Okay.
My mother gave me these eyes. So now your mama knows.
Oh, man, hold on. Give it up for Holtz, guys. He'll be here all week. Good stuff. Host, let me ask you this. So I'm using my laptop and have an HDMI cable into my monitor. Okay. Now, what I notice is when I do extended view and everything's on my monitor, I do extended, and when I drag stuff and put it on my everything's on my laptop, and when I drag stuff and put it on my monitor, if it's like a video or like stuff going on the screen, it doesn't it's not as clear. What is going on?
Well, see, my problem is that I thought, like, when I was on Windows 10 now to 11, I thought I could extend another display, which might be my telly, and I felt like that Windows 10 11 should actually auto correct my resolution and settings, just auto detecting the display, because that's what happens when you initially boot up. And I feel like I've had loads of issues with HDR and resolution and scaling issues, that it should just be so easy where you just move something from like your laptop or your initial display to another display and it'd be perfect. But I've always felt like that Windows sort of just messes up with the scaling issues. And I think that's
can I fix that? Is that something I could actually fix and make it run smooth?
There is workarounds, but I feel like that if I wanted to put something from here to my telly, and I should be like, I'm on like a 1440p, and I should be doing 4K, and it should auto detect on it. It's always hiccups. I always feel
here's
like
the thing. I'm watching you on my monitor, and I'm fine because so screen 1 is my laptop, screen 2 is my monitor. I did everything on screen 2, and it's fine, no problems. But the moment I do screen 1 and screen 2 and extend where everything's on screen 1, but I drag anything over to screen 2, like I was playing Fast and the Furious like that, right? And it played smooth, but the graphics just was diminished. Now, granted, this screen is trying to push it to 4K when my laptop is only 1080p, and I did cancel Pro, so I don't have 4K. So can I like lower the resolution on my monitor, or you can't do that? Like
No, you can actually lower the resolution on your monitor to perform at a certain standard. Yes, you can.
Because I don't know how to do that.
Just right click, go to display settings, and actually change it to that resolution. And your monitor should auto detect that your PC can only perform, your laptop can only perform at them settings. Because what happens is when we use hertz on a monitor, so say 120 hertz, that's telling you the maximum that it can receive from a GPU. And then a GPU has a certain FPS it outperform to match them hertz. That's how it works. So if your GPU can say, I'm only going to send a signal at 120 FPS or whatever, and then your monitor goes, oh, I can actually receive the signal in perfect clarity. That's how it sort of matches.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you just right click, go to.
Hold on, I think you hit your thing and muted yourself.
If you were to right click settings display and you actually click detect, your monitor and your PC should work together to actually give you the most optimized settings.
Hold on. I'm gonna do right click and then do what? Display?
It's display, yes. Display settings.
All right. Hold on, guys. We're doing a little show and tell. All right, now what? Hold on. You want me to show it on the screen so people can see? You want me to put it on the screen so you can see it?
So you can identify your
Here, let me do this.
And it should actually receive, what you can actually maximize your settings, and then you can sort of customize it from then. Or you can go to you can go to your graphics card settings, and you can sort of fine tune the sort of gamma levels and stuff like that. But it should also do automatically. And if you sort of right click, what I found out with Windows 11 and 10 is the HDR is usually defaulted off. So make sure you turn that up and make sure you do, because remember your display at the moment is only doing SDR, standard definition. So make sure when you go to the HDR settings, you higher the brightness all the way up, the contrast all the way up. So it actually makes sure that the standard definition looks upscaled to HDR.
All right, hold on, host. Let's see. Now, look, you see I'm on here, right? And this is what I'm talking about. So when I go to right now, I'm on show only on 2. All right. Let's make this bigger so everybody can see. So show only on 2. My issue is if I do extend these displays, that's when it has issues.
Yeah, so your HDR's off. So turn your HDR on and then type in settings, turn HDR.
Oh, look at that.
So when you're with HDR, sometimes Windows make sure that it dulls the brightness at the moment. So
Yeah,
but if you type in settings and when you go to HDR, you can actually make that SDR brightness all the way up. So it sort of upscales because we're only using standard definition at the moment because we're not playing any games, we're not playing any Netflix and stuff like that.
Right.
So the brightness looks dulled. But if you type in the settings bar HDR, you can sort of increase settings.
Hold on, wait. Is that what you just told me? Is that gonna fix if I? Let me see something. HDR.
Because remember, we play all games in HDR 4K these days. So in the end, we want to sort of upscale that. What we're seeing on our normal desktops is just a standard resolution.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it looks sort of, oh, this doesn't look good. And then
I'm not worried. So here's my thing. No. What I was saying was, here I'm gonna actually do it. Like it's like when I go to. So you did just show me something new, right? I didn't realize HDR was off, right? So actually, wait. Let me see what we look like if I go back to you and me on the screen. I'm just curious. So let me go back to you and me. Let me hide from the screen. You and me. All right. Okay. I wonder if that's high definition range is HDR, right? All right. So here's my thing, though, Holtz. Let me show you. Okay. So I know people in chat are talking, but hold on. We're gonna get to you guys. I'm just gonna do this for the fun of it, right? I'm gonna see what happens. So HDR is on now. I'm gonna go to extend. That's the issue I'm having, right? I'm gonna go to extend because I want to be able to use both. All right, HDR is on now, so I didn't realize that was off. Now that had nothing to do with when I was playing my PlayStation, though, right?
Yeah, it would have because, for example, if your PlayStation is outputting HDR.
Oh yeah, so it automatically connects when I would have went to my PlayStation on that input, then it connects and all that because I looked and seen all that. But this my laptop, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be Windows 10 or 11 that was sort of default in HDR, not the PlayStation.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure that you sort of configured your PlayStation 5 to output at HDR.
So wait, do you think what you just told me just fixed it? Like, is that it? It looks like it's fine.
Yeah, but make sure when you click on settings, there's when you go to settings, there's a search bar, and I just type in HDR settings, and then a bit further down there's a SDR toggle level and I just always hide up to the top to make sure that my SDR content looks actually amazing.
All right, hold up. What could you guys? Let me see what you guys could see. So because I'm okay, cool. You can see that really big.
So in the search bar there, just type in HDR settings.
All right, hold up. Let me do HDR settings. Now here's the issue. I am not on the monitor. Now I'm on the
same logic. Once it's text, so now you got a picture there. You see the picture where it shows you like the SDR to HDR. There's a little toggle switch on the top, little red bar. And you should see
it says use HDR is on, and stream HDR videos. They're both on.
So you should see another picture that says SDR to HDR.
Yeah, HDR to SDR brightness, right?
Yeah. So higher. So see, it's at minimal at the moment. Higher that little toggle bar up that says higher. It's above. It's above the video.
Yeah, I pulled it all the way up.
Yeah. So that should actually correct the brightness, but now you've got the HDR settings available.
So my issue is though, right? So now, did that do this for the monitor? Remember, No,
this is only for your laptop to your monitor.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure when now. So what you need to do is go into the PlayStation 5, go to HDR settings, and that has a default HDR scaling option that will actually cater to your display.
Okay, yeah. So my PlayStation 5 is fine. It's just what I was trying to tell you is when I'm on my laptop and I'm trying to this looks pretty good actually. Oh, I might have fixed it. When I'm on my laptop.
Now what's your GPU? Is it NVIDIA?
Yeah.
So now you can actually go to your NVIDIA settings if you want to, and you can actually configure the brightness, gamma levels, HDR levels in your GPU settings if you want to.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out. So this is my question. I'm probably gonna have to do it. Like so you see how I got two screens, right? One is number one, which is my laptop. Two is my monitor. When I do extended, like you know how you see all the stuff on my screen, that's on my laptop. And right now, all I got on this screen, so I'm able to look over there and see stuff, and I'm able to look over here and see us. What happens is on this screen, when I would play like Fast and Furious, it would play smooth, but well, I had gotten new HDMI, so it would play smooth, but the graphics would go down. So somebody at Best Buy told me that because you're doing extended mode, that's gonna happen. I don't know. Anyway, let me get to the chat. I see ISO popped in here. Let me see. Let me just get some. Thank you for that, helping me out, though, folks. I'm gonna actually drive in Fast and Furious to see if you can see.
It depends. It depends on like the GPU power. I mean, you've got a good GPU. You know, the 2060.
Yeah, I got 2060.
As I remember, so it should be underpowered, and you know the extension. You just need to once you get to that sort of screen mirroring, screen extension, just make sure you click identify, go to settings, and then find out the settings is set correctly because it could be mirroring your laptop settings, not the capability of the display.
So now, how do you do that though? You said.
So what you do is you see screen 1 and 2 in settings. Make sure you click on the seconds monitor, which would be.
All right, hold on. So let's see if you can help me out real quick, folks. I'm sorry. So do I go here, right? I go to display settings, right? I kind of wish this would be on the big screen, but it's not. Oh wait, I could pull on the big screen. Aha, look at that. All right, so I'm on the big screen, right? And where's identify? I knew it was up.
You need to sort out your actually desktop.
Hey, don't worry about my desktop.
You got files everywhere. It's like put them in folders.
All right. Well, you know what? When I pulled that, so it's showing that monitor. I guess when I dragged it over, it didn't show it anymore. All right. Anyway, so all right. So here's identify. Oh wait.
So make sure you click on display 2. So your initial monitor will be your laptop. Display 2.
Oh, there we go.
And then make sure you go to settings or detect, identify, and stuff like that. And you should see what you can actually. So you got change brightness, orientation, night mode, blah blah blah. Make sure your HDR settings and everything like that is.
All right, HDR is on. Right. Recommended is now. Do I need to bring this down to match my laptop? Is that the issue? Like this is up.
No. It's you got a 4K. Make sure your height. It should actually output perfect, and make sure you put the scale. Make sure you put the scaling up right so it looks like it's sort of bigger on the display.
Well, what if I make this my main display? Is that like I'm just trying to make?
Oh no! Of course you could, but of course the Windows operating system is coming from your laptop. That's the main.
Okay, got you. All right, so I don't want to make this my main display.
No.
Okay. All right. So then, what about the detect thing?
Well, that should automatically detect the default settings.
All right. So do you think it's gonna work? I mean, all I did was put the bright up, and I did HDR. Like, is that gonna make me stream Fast and Furious and it not look all distorted?
Well, I hope so. That if you're using CCU or the sort of, are you paying
for
Pro?
It's on Stadia.
You're paying for
all right,
Pro?
Hold on. Let's do this. Let me get through the comments, and then we're just gonna run it real quick, guys. And just so you guys know, I'm gonna be honest. Never lied to you guys. I don't know if that was about me, Lethal, but I actually did cancel my Pro. So I actually did cancel Pro. And it's not my fault. It's Holt's fault. Just so you know.
Well, to be
Explain
fair,
to him, Holt.
you say fair. I mean, before I actually go into that you should actually have the performance now to sort of upscale SDR to display on HDR with a certain effect, even though that Google's not providing you with sort of the up to 4K HDR. So it still should look nicer now that you've actually turned the HDR settings on. But going on to the Google, yeah, I'm that type of gamer where I feel like I can cancel my Stadia. It's not because I couldn't afford it. I just feel like I'm thinking smarter, not harder, to actually utilize. I can take a break away from Stadia Pro and then come back a month or 2 months later and still claim everything and utilize the service when I'm actually buying games.
So let me say this to Cloud Gaming Dad. So here's my only issue. I hear what you're saying, but when I don't do extended, right? If I only do mirror, it has no problem, right? So it only happens when I do extended. If I do this is the only screen, then it doesn't have a problem. So is that what you're saying? Because you said so basically it's upscaling 1080, thus resulting in a worse picture. But again, that only happens in extended mode. Let me see. Many IMAX projectors are 2K resolution, so 1080p should be good enough for most people at home. Good point. I'm loving this, guys. We're merging both topics, talking about Saints Row and this. Yeah, 1080p on your 4K is going to look bad, especially stretched out. So it'll look better on your laptop. But again, it only looks bad when I do extended. So I guess that's stretching it. What's up, ISO?
But it's a shame because usually when we listen to like this market and lingo of like the PC master race, they tell you they can have multiple displays, 5, 6, 7 displays.
That's what I thought. I would have thought. Go ahead.
And I feel like that when I click auto detect, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use my monitor, I'm going to use my TV. It should become the perfect of a thing. And I always feel like there's always hiccups because what I want to do is I want to keep my PC set up on my monitor. But if I wanted to play a game, Resident Evil Village 8, I want Steam to automatically load up on that, and that's why I always notice a difference. And I always feel it's Windows that's causing the problems, and I feel like, oh my god, I might as well just go for like CCU or Shield TV to actually have a better settings than what a PC OS would perform. So I feel like there's hiccups everywhere, especially with HDR and resolution scaling and stuff like that. So
because I would like to think I should be able to have my laptop on, which it is right now. I could look at my laptop like, oh, cool. I could have YouTube or whatever on over there. And because I put extended, I'm using my laptop because the monitor can't do this on its own. It needs the laptop to be able to put an image on here, right? So I thought I should be able to do both, right? I should be able to have my laptop over there and have this over here. But it seems like.
Now, do you want to hear something that I fell for? And I'm really annoyed at this. I got told that if I wanted to have a bigger monitor at a 32.9 aspect ratio, sort of close to 5K, but at 1440p, sort of depending on the pixel count, should I say. I got told that it needs a perfect GPU, and that's where I invested. And now I've just bought a new form factor PC. Like, I've showed you before, it's like the size of that. And it connects to my monitor into HDR with perfect. And the only thing it doesn't do is actually run native games, but it runs cloud, absolutely gorgeous. And I think to myself, why did I actually spend all this money for hiccups just to have all this trial and tribulations? So I feel like that when I'm hearing you, I'm like, come on, Carbo, let's fix this. Hopefully you can get into this idea. But I feel like don't be like me where we fell for it.
No, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna understand that. I'm gonna use what I could use, right? I know that if I just do this is the main screen and nothing on my laptop, it looks great. If I do mirror, then it looks great. But I thought I could be able to do extended.
We shouldn't have to accept all this because, like in the past, like with all these PC gamers and stuff like that, the price to performance. We shouldn't always go into like your level of monitor, my level of monitor, and we're like, oh my god, we should. And then we found out we've got this like sort of, we already had these settings.
So I'm gonna try it though and see. Everybody's gonna be able to see. Let me see what you said. Cowboy, you said you canceled. That's why I asked. Oh yeah, I did cancel. Let me see. This is why people pay for Stadia Pro, even use 4K. Nah. But I just figured the monitor should be able to detect whatever. But in the settings, I couldn't find a way to like turn down the monitor from being 4K.
I have to be honest here that once I actually plugged my CCU into my telly and have the Stadia Pro, I actually realized that the HDR up to 4K 60 actually looked a lot nicer. That when I went to PC because I wanted to go into editing mode and stuff like that, I was disheartened. And I thought to myself, how can I have this low power consumption form factor with this amount of like enhancements in gaming?
Hold on, wait. What does he mean? He said, "Don't do extended. Use it as 2 monitors." So
I thought extended was 2 monitors, or is that sounds?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, so extended, maybe it is extended. One screen would have everything on it, and then one screen is just all black, and then you drag whatever you want on that screen. Use the 4K monitor as your primary. My primary to my laptop. Oh, can I do it like that? What's up, Sean L? My 32.9 being janky. Here, let's see. I'm about to throw in Stadia. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. But throw in Stadia. Let's just see. We're gonna test this out. All right, I'm gonna go to share. So what do you think the result's gonna be, Holtz? Is that me turning HDR on gonna make a difference, or what?
Well, it should do now. You've sort of added the brightness because I feel like.
Oh, I can't hear you now. Did you just stop to take a drink? Hold on, how come I can't hear you?
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah, now I can hear you. All right.
Yes, I stopped. I didn't want to hear that.
Now, is anything about resizing the screen is make a difference?
Now your display now was doing some kinds of like standard upscaling now, like what a lot of TVs do now. So you should see a slight difference. But then, of course, if you buy Stadia Pro, it's going to look better. But at the moment, you should see at least some kind of difference from what you've done before.
So I'm going to notice it because what it was doing was it was starting to look kind of pixelated. But again, it only did it when I did extended. But I wonder if I can make this the main screen. Yeah, see, I already can see it.
Jealous?
I mean, I guess, I don't know if this game is 4K, but I can't explain it. I mean, it's not really, I feel like there's a slight stutter.
Jealous?
I'm gonna win anyway because I'm a beast. So, you already know. I mean, it's not doing what. Well, I might have fixed it. I don't know. Like it's it hasn't yet done what I was talking about. Gee. But I almost feel like you see a little tiny like flipping, but it was very fast. It's like, I don't want to say screen tearing, but well, I think, I don't know, it's not doing it. Like, I could definitely see a little, like,
Jealous?
just let me win, bro. I'm just gonna beat y'all anyway. That's what I do. You know what? I don't know. It's better, definitely better than what it was today. But I see like it's like skipping.
Jealous?
It's weird. Graphically, it definitely got better. Like it's not doing what it was doing before. It was like it was real distorted looking. Oh, you still there?
Yeah, so what you need to do is go to maybe your other settings, your NVIDIA settings, and sort of fine tune it to your stuff, and you might see a few perks there as well.
Yeah, so I actually did had a thing, an NVIDIA thing did pop up on the screen earlier. I didn't know any of that. It was asking me, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? But here, let's do this. Let me simply do what Jersey said. I'm curious, right? Let's go to display. Let's see if you can, what was that again? It said, let me see. Go to this one and make this display my main, all right? Okay, let's do that. All right, let me see something. Oh wait, but then and then I guess I make this my main, and then I just drag everything over there. Oh wait, that might have fixed it, folks.
Yeah, but what's happening here now is because your laptop is the CPU and the GPU and all the performance. Are you disabling the extend mode to your laptop and only having it as an output display to your main laptop? Of course, it's going to give all the performance to that display.
Well, the issue is extend. It seems like there's a. I mean, it's not. I think HDR made it better than the other day.
Remember, what people in chat are trying to say is like, for example, either you just run that monitor by itself. That monitor is not going to process any sort of graphic fidelity or process anything CPU. We need that because your PC, your laptop is your PC, which has got an internal display, and that is. By you disabling that, you're actually showing native GPU output to your now main display, which is your.
I have no clue. Damn, Holtz, look what happened. So wait, explain this to me because.
We gotta race again.
So here's the thing: if I take extend off, it works fine. That's what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not doing.
What it is like what a lot of PC gamers is they want to sort of extend, so they've sort of got a bigger workflow. So they sort of say, well, this is where to process this, and I've got YouTube on this, and blah blah blah. For example, so by you disabling your internal monitor, which is your laptop, of course, all the GPU and CPU power is going to display everything on your new monitor. For example.
Yeah,
that's where you're seeing an increase, but it's not how sort of gamers sort of set up their setup, should I say?
Yeah, but also if I do the double screen, like if it's mirrored, then it's fine. So isn't that going against what you guys are saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have mirrored, but do people actually play on mirrored? I don't mirror something. I just find it.
It's just weird because all it is everything's going on at the exact same time. But if I do that, then it's fine. There's only extended. When I do extended, you see, like It was actually got a lot better. Like it's very little jitters. But earlier today when I was doing my intro and I was waiting to start the stream, like on it was fine to the people who were watching, but on the stream, it was like skipping. Like I could see skipping on the monitor. I don't know if that's not going to happen anymore because of what I did.
Because you disabled one display. I mean, what I usually have with my setup is I usually do auto switching. So when it detects a display, it sort of just toggles between what I actually need. But like I said, you want it as more as a sort of streaming setup where you can sort of have chat on one side and gaming on the other, and you still want to keep the fidelity and performance of what your sort of GPU, CPU can actually handle.
Yeah, I just personally thought, okay, if I was doing this, what we're doing right now, right? But let's just say I also had Facebook open or Twitter. You know how we're on Twitter, right? So I'm looking on this screen, right? But on my laptop, I could turn my head and see what was going on Twitter. I mean, I guess I don't need to. I got a phone. But I just thought, why not? It would be cool. But
that's why you see me on stream. I look down on another display on my phone to actually read chat. I don't actually split my workflow, just panels, whatever you want to call it, to actually cater for chat. I mean, that's what's so good about Melon, because I can actually see you on the left, the video, and actually see chat and right, for example. So
that's true. I don't know. I think it got a little better, but now I have it as this is the primary. But so now all my stuff that was on the laptop is now on this. I'm covering it, so that kind of defeats the purpose, I guess. So I'll change that back. Like I won't make this the main screen.
See, I've done this before with my sort of iPad and stuff like that, where I clicked and connected, and I'm like, well, why would I want to mirror both displays? I want sort of an extended view where I can sort of push all the workflow to the other display.
All right. So anyway,
because you've got more resolution, more frames, more bigger size, you're actually using more GPU and CPU performance to actually extend it to that display.
Right. Is there no way to like change that? I guess
what you need to do is go and actually look at your performance and actually see what happens when you tinker between the settings. That's what you need to do and see where the sort of problem is.
Right. I'll mess with it.
But I have the same issue sort of going from my monitor to my TV. And you would think a sort of 3080 could easily perform that, but maybe a 4K and a 30.940 1440p monitor actually sort of affects that. But I don't know. I don't actually see the sort of like the smooth transition, but maybe people in chat actually could.
What the hell is a docking device? What is he talking about?
Well, I've got a docking device here for my iPad where I sort of just slot it in, HDMI out.
Let's see. Just get into the chat.
But what I realize with like people in chat and stuff like that, usually when they sort of set up their PC setup and stuff like that, they sort of automatically figure out that they want two of the same monitors, same resolution, same displays, same this, and that is how so they invest. But for like gamers like us and stuff like that, we sort of have mismatched resolutions and sizes and this, which we automatically assume that Windows should actually configure for that.
Right.
And this is where I hang up so come on.
What about what Cloud Gaming Dad said? If I make the main monitor, the 4K is your main, so to be less taxing on my GPU. What about that?
Yeah, it'll be less taxation if of course your laptop screen was off and it was just actually displaying out a HDMI or DisplayPort to your monitor. Of course it would, yes.
Oh, I think this might just be it right here. The game you're playing isn't 4K, so on a bigger monitor it's pixelated. Well, actually, when I just played it, it looked pretty good. And it was this time and now that I turned the HDR on, it was just doing like, I mean, it was micro stutters, I guess. Like I could tell, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, because what we've done is we converted the standard definition to sort of upscale to HDR, and that's the power of Windows, I guess.
Dark in the building. So he back on Stadia. He said, "Yep, man. I've never left Stadia, bro. I could do it all right." Said, "This is rather horrible. It must be the PS5." Yo, man. Yo, this guy. Definitely not a Series S. Oh, man. Wait. This cowboy think the monitor improves graphics.
But this goes back to the point, as I always thought it was like GPU and stuff like that I needed. And when I bought this little form factor 11th gen CPU, and it actually works perfect on my actually 49-inch 32.9 aspect ratio monitor. HDR works perfect, standard definition upscale work perfect, outputs work perfect. It's just the gaming issue, which I don't know if that's a Windows 10, 11 issues or if it's the developers. There's just some kinds of hiccups that I actually have, which I don't actually have when I sort of play consoles. I would never connect my PlayStation 5 to this monitor because of the aspect ratio, and PlayStation 5 doesn't at the moment output at multiple resolutions.
All right, I'm getting to the chat, reading everybody. Thanks for everybody trying to help out. So let me ask everybody. So let's we've been talking about whoever just jumped in. Do you feel that graphics is a gimmick? And also we're talking about Saints Row. So let me ask you guys this. For all the Stadians in here, are you guys getting Saints Row on Stadia? And then anybody else, are you getting Saints Row? So
right,
let's hear it, Holtz.
I just want to jump in with this sentence. In gaming, HDR is the main primal factor in my gaming. The better the HDR standard, the better I enjoy my gaming. And then anything that follows suit, it's got to be ray tracing. Anything that gives me better lighting effect, like ray tracing, sort of increases my gaming. And then it's sort of the upscaling and textures. So anything like FSR by AMD or DLSR by NVIDIA DLSS is the next thing, and then it's frame rates, because I feel like I can sort of downsample and then sort of lower my resolution, but then sort of let the processing features sort of upscale it, but give me better frames. Low power usage is what I actually consider. I know a lot of people say frames is the most important thing, but I feel like I go from sort of more of a quality fidelity point of view and then work myself down because of what gaming features are available these days, especially in cloud processing, than what other gamers would consider. Now, Ben, if you asked anyone in chat, they would say FPS and work the way down what I'm saying, but I feel like I am totally opposite.
I think it's what you like, right? Like with TVs, right? When I was big into TVs, I used to love Picture Motion Plus, soap opera effects, right? And I was trying to explain to Obi Rose, right? He was like, "Oh, I remember years ago you told me about this TV, and I remember Picture Motion Plus." I said, "Well, think of higher frames. That's pretty on video games. It's like playing video games in Picture Motion Plus, right? It's gonna have that soap opera, they call it soap opera effect look, right? So it's like when I play Destiny in 120 frames, right? At first glance, I was like, "Oh wow, look at that!" You see, when I turned, like the background was a little slow, like my character was more like, it's like when you take those pictures and the background's blurred out, but you see the picture, the person real clear. So you're like, "Oh, that picture looks great," right? So it's like the higher frames does that. But I feel like after 2 minutes of me playing, I didn't even notice it anymore because I'm too busy worrying about getting shot, you know? But look what Jersey said though, Holtz. He said, Holtz forgot that that you're talking about a PC where I'm using a laptop, so my laptop monitor counts as another screen, which is a good point.
No, I did say that your laptop is actually classifying it as an internal display and then an external display.
Gonna be Saints Row.
I said that before, and that is where like sort of your default settings is your GPU and CPU and stuff like that. All that stuff is actually processing to your initial displays. But like I said, if you turn your initial display off and go to your new monitor, you'll be like, "This is not this is not the setup that I actually wanted." So,
well, I know the cool thing for me is, right, so I got a gaming laptop, but I don't really play games on it, right? So I'm only playing Stadia or xCloud on my gaming laptop, right? So at the end of the day, but I know when I hook my PlayStation 5 up, which is already hooked up, that's when I want to see this laptop do what it's supposed to be doing, you know. But at the end of the day, I didn't think that was that amazing. I was like, it look all right. Not mind blowing. No.
I love Zero Games for me. Didn't know Holtz was a PC gamer. I've been a PC gamer since 2003 with Steam. I've been playing PC games a lot, but what I don't justify is the price to performance. I always felt like sort of what I was getting from a console was sort of better optimized, especially with HDR, like I mentioned from the PlayStation 3 days, than giving me certain raw power that I can sort of boast about. So I feel like even over the last few years, sort of TV displays are being catching up on response times to monitors. Then the idea of monitors catching up to tellies with sort of nip brightness, peak HDR, response times on that and that and that. So I feel like I sort of keep quiet from my gaming PC point of view, because I feel like there's always hiccups that I sort of have with PC. And I'm that type of gamer that where just because I could play like Horizon #1 and see FPS counted on top, I'm like, I'm playing 120 at this. It doesn't make it feel like it's better, because I always feel like every time I go into settings, HDR is automatically disabled with that game, and I feel like the developers haven't put the love in, where I feel like it was more optimized for the PlayStation 4, should I say, and that is where I sort of nitpick what the sort of PC is offering me. But of course, PC operating systems, and now we're getting better now to actually supply these features that I actually wanted initially the last 10 years, compared to like I was mentioned before. I know people cared about frame rates and HDR and frame rates and resolution, but I also I cared about more like features like HDR and upscaling and blah blah blah.
Let me ask you this, Holtz. Definitely we're getting into the technical stuff. I'm loving it. You're helping me out. I didn't even know the HDR was turned. So was my HDR turned off all that time?
Your HDR was turned off, and someone in chat just mentioned field of view, and I admit I'm that type of gamer that I hit my field of view up all the way, have a better aspect ratio, and then I have textures enabled before I ever consider resolution and frame rates. And like I said, and that's the joy of PC gaming. We can cater to who we are as gamers, so we're never going to be the same
Find out
PC gamer.
Yeah. Find out what looks better for you. So even when I was playing Stadia all that time, like, so long story short, I never messed with that unless whenever I did an update. So my HDR was off all this time I had my laptop?
Yeah, because your monitors now won't actually detect a HDR signal. So even when you were playing Stadia or content, it just realized it won't actually utilize more performance because you weren't actually emitting that you had HDR display. So now you've actually just said use HDR display. It's going to use a little bit more performance, but it's going to give you a better color gamut, color range, brightness.
Oh, so is that only working from my new monitor, not my laptop screen?
It should be anything that you're using now. You told your laptop now to process HDR, so it should display. Now it detects your HDR, 120, 4K display. It should realize, well, we're going to use the correct settings now. He sort of identified display.
And I don't have to.
And then what happens? And what happens with Stadia Pro? Stadia Pro is going to send you a standard 1080 until, at the moment, you start requesting a HDR for up to 4K 60, and then that signal sort of will go to your browser, and it should detect it and look a lot nicer. But you should have a level of upscaling, and because when I was on a past podcast, I was always boasting about the LG TVs, and then what I realized was I sort of had upscaling on my display well before NVIDIA Shield had upscaling. So people were like, oh, that could be your telly. And I was like, well, my telly's got a great processing and makes it look lovely. And then NVIDIA sort of brought their upscaling to their Shield. And then people clicked, wow, there's some level of processing now that, depending on the hardware you have, where other people might not have the hardware. So we're feeling like we were boasting about Stadia or NVIDIA's sort of performance, but it was external hardware that was actually helping us make it look gorgeous, should I say.
look at this though. Let me ask you this. Let's get a little controversial. Lion says Saints Row will thrive in Stadia. Big fish. I don't know, man. I thought that was going to happen to World War Z, right? Didn't we all think World War Z, everybody's going to be playing it? And I only know Suave still playing that game. So I don't know. What's your thoughts on that, Holtz?
Games that I'm not really interested in seeing, but I hope more the merrier, should I say. More the merrier to cater for gamers that want to see.
Yeah, but I think what he's saying is, and I want to ask you, do you think like everybody's going to have Saints Row and everybody's going to be playing Saints Row?
No, of course. I've admitted in past panels that Saints Row's not for me. You know what I mean? But what I was trying to say is I'm happy for people like Sandy that love Saints Row and it's there for them. But to me, I'm like, it's not a game or type of genre that I'm interested to see on Stadia. Just like people could say to me, Holtz, stop asking for JRPGs. It's not something that will promote Stadia. But I come from a non-biased point of view where I'm like, happy it's here. It resonates with the gaming industry. A lot of people love it. Why not come to cloud?
Yeah. But what do you think about this? So, by the way, I wouldn't judge the quality of your monitor off a download. I would judge the quality of your monitor off of downloaded games rather than Stadia. Stadia can affect the quality depending on your connection. Man, my connection's always solid. Don't you ever in your life come at my connection.
No, I mean that's perfect. No, it is true that the whole point is if you were running off your 2060 GPU, of course you might have a better performance and tinkering than what actually Stadia or GeForce Now and stuff is outperforming. So in the end, that is where the flexibility, customization, optimization from local hardware will benefit your local hardware. But
Holtz, you see the direct question. What games do you play, Holtz? So list them for him, Holtz. Let them know.
So, you know, from what we talk about clouds or we just talk about PC gaming? Because in my PC gaming, I actually own Horizon Zero Dawn, I own Death Stranding, I own God of War, I own King of Fighters, I own Disgaeas, Personas, Tekkens, Project Cars, Need for Speeds, Burnouts. I play a lot of games that sort of people would define as they're not PC games, they're console games, but I buy them from a PC storefront. So I feel like that I do actually, and next week I'll actually buying Soul Hackers 2 from the Steam. Hopefully it'll be on GeForce Now as well. So I've got loads of games on my libraries. I've claimed from Amazon Prime, stuff like that in past sales and sort of Epic stores. I've claimed loads of games that I've bought previously, and I can just go on and on. But I am not a sort of simulator type of gamer. I am not the average what defines PC gamers. I think PC gamers that sort of play simulators, RTSs, and space games quite boring, should I say? Where I sort of play AAA games that sort of are on PC, but also on consoles and cloud, should I say.
That was good stuff, Holtz. Good stuff. I hope they recognize the games you play. US has not the best infrastructure when compared to Canada in regards to internet. I don't know, bro. My internet's amazing, so that's on me. But maybe infrastructure has more places in Canada has better internet, then yeah, because we got some big areas that's like in the country.
I just want to say to FCAT here, I love Death Stranding. I own Death Stranding on PlayStation 4. I actually done the $10 upgrade for PlayStation 5, and I actually bought it on the PC as well. I actually own it on PC. So to see Death Stranding go to a sort of rival competition platform makes me really happy, because I feel like exclusives mean something in the first 1-2 years, but it sort of restricts how gaming evolves in time. So I feel like the more the merrier gets access to it, the better it makes us as gaming, and the more it helps the gaming industry. So if this becomes available on Xbox or Game Pass, I am more than happy to say, well done.
I watched a video today that said that Sony had nothing to do with it going to PC. That 405 Games and Kojima Productions, they actually had to say so for the game going to PC. So that's interesting. That doesn't matter to me. But.
No, I actually bought Death Stranding because it actually supports the 32.9 aspect ratio, and that is where my mindset was 2 years ago. I was like, oh my god, this must be the way of gaming, super ultra wide, and then I realized only certain games support it, but the games that do support it makes me go, wow. But it's not something I can mention sort of Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn, right. Spider-Man, Halo Infinite, big games that you want to play, but everything else sort of just doesn't support it. So I feel like I'm sort of reducing my game library.
Let me ask you this. If I was to fire up PlayStation, okay, let me ask you this. What's the best thing to do? If I'm watching this screen, because it's bigger, okay? And if I want to share, let's say I'm using Melon, and I want to share a game on Melon, right?
You've done it wrong there. Using Melon app to capture a cloud streaming is
no. Here, just follow me, right? Not even with Melon. I wasn't even using Melon when I first was trying to do what I was trying to do with Extended, and it still was having issues. I'm just saying for the sake of it, right? So even at OBS, right? Let's say OBS, right? OBS, is clear. So do I have? Let's say I do Extended, and I drag OBS on this screen, my big monitor. Do I then, let's say, open up PlayStation Plus on my little monitor and then screen capture that on here? Or do I drag that on here and screen capture? Like, I'm gonna try.
Well, your screen caption will relate to your caption device. So you're not using a caption device, you're actually using you're using software. So I don't think that the software will initially capture the device before it displays it. That's what I'm thinking. So
well, if I'm using OBS is downloaded to your computer. So that's like the actual application.
So OBS will capture the game before it actually displays it on. Not instantaneously, but I'm pretty sure that whatever the GPU setting is outputting at the moment as the main display, it'll actually focus on them settings before it actually uses other processing power to display it, should I say.
Here, let's try some. All right, I'm opening up.
This was my issue. When I was actually captioning Stadia, I never seen it looked amazing on my display. And then when I actually loaded the video, there was like little spikes of like milliseconds. And I was like, I can't display that because it makes it look bad. So,
all right, let's see something, Holtz. Oh, damn it. Update. You got this update required for the PlayStation Plus. All right. I was going to pull up PlayStation Plus on one screen, right? Because what I'm thinking, let me see something. If I try to share a screen, what comes up? Because I'm on this screen. Like, oh, it does show that screen. Oh, this is kind of cool, actually. So it will show, well, that's full screen. Oh, and if I do window, oh, hold on, this might be cool. So it seems like if I go to share, it will just pull up a window of the that window, and then I could just. But I'm wondering, like, because it's over there.
Share is sort of like mirroring, isn't it? It's sort of mirroring display because you're sharing it, aren't you? So
I guess, yeah. Because I was sharing the Stadia and it played fine. Well, that's what I always do. So let's see.
And this is what I just seen a message there, which I was saying in the past. That's all. Where's it gone?
This should be renamed IT with Hopes. Oh man, it did kind of get into that a little bit.
So chill gaming. We mentioned this about the uploads bandwidth. That the whole point is because you're streaming and you're capturing. You're sending it from Stadia to your laptop and sort of capturing it through mailing, then uploading it with all your other stuff, and then all your people in your house are using data and stuff like that.
Well, I don't have that. So remember, the issue I was having was only now because I got I'm doing extended. Like I said, if I don't do extended and I do this is the only screen, that screen is blank. If I do most screens are mirrored, I got no issues. I'm only having an issue with extended. So maybe extended just can't do what I want to do. So I don't know.
Cloud gaming, that's exactly what I use. I actually use the Elgato HD60S Plus as well to capture.
Cloud chill gaming. I got a gigabit speed. Like if I do internet test right now.
No, just because, I keep on saying this here. Just because you got a gigabit down doesn't mean you've got a gigabit up. You've got about 50 megabits up. So there's a lot of form factors. 50. I'm busy sure that if you've done a speed test now, you probably only got 50 megabits up.
Yeah, I don't get 50. I get around 42.
Okay, average. But I'm trying to say, when people say gigabit down, we're not talking about down because you're a content creator. You're uploading it to us. So, of course, capturing and sharing and uploading it to YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just saying I never have a problem. It's just because I'm using this extended thing is what I'm saying. Like everything we're talking about, I could use OBS. I mean, Melon downgrades it. But if I go to OBS, no problem. No problem. I mean, yeah, watch the streams, you know.
Of course, but with Melon, it's only captured at 1080, isn't it? Of course, you would never put a stream that's saying, "Oh my God, my PlayStation 5 4K 120." You wouldn't use.
Well, no, even if you stream from the PlayStation directly, it only streams 1080. So that's coming from the PlayStation still only does 1080. I don't really care. Like 1080 is good enough for me to feel comfortable that that's what people are watching. What I was just saying is that what's happening on the screen when I do it extended.
And that's what's so funny about us as streamers or watchers and stuff like that. We always click on something that says 4K 120, and then we're all sitting there in portrait view at 720 with our mobiles, going, "Oh my God, that looks amazing!" And it's all compressed. It's all compressed. It doesn't look as good, but we all fall like, "Wow, this must be the future," and then we buy it ourselves, and like, "Oh my God, it's not."
Gigabit upload is cool. So what I have don't do that. Fios does a gigabit up and a gigabit down. That's pretty cool.
How much is that costing?
I don't know. It's not in my area, so
yeah, I can imagine that to be like sort of business use or professional stream.
Right, yeah. Because all the stuff I do, I don't even need it. Like I'm doing everything I do with 42, and that's with all the people. Well, nobody else really uploads that much in my house besides me, but. My 4K monitor is my primary monitor, not my laptop. Okay, so maybe that's what I need to do. Just make my monitor my primary when I do stuff like this.
See, if that was the case, if I was only going to play Stadia on my 4K monitor, I'll just plug my CCU in the back of it, and then I'll just play it off my phone directly to the CCU. I wouldn't actually boot up an external device like a laptop or a PC just to play, and that's the way I see it. I never play on the browser. To me, playing on the browser, booting up my PC, is just a waste of electricity and it produces too much heat. I'll just plug my CCU in the back, which I've got HDMI matrix there. I just toggle between CCU, Nintendo Switch, Nvidia Shield, and PC, and I just sort of toggle through one HDMI if I want to, and that's actually a high play.
He's a host. That's the crazy way to play. Also,
that's a crazy way to play. You're the one that's got a big power brick consuming all that processing power and heat just to actually play a cloud gaming.
And he said it's only $80 a month. So that's not bad. I play like $94 a month. So
80 CAD, is that Canadian dollars?
I guess.
Wow, for 1 gig up. I mean, I pay 72 Great British pounds, and I get 1 gig down, 50 up. So wow, 1 gig up actually is impressive.
Yeah, well, let's do this. Let's bring in none other than Jersey's finest. Let's go.
Yeah. What's up, yo?
Jers, what's up, man?
Yeah. Holtz is right, man. There's a lot of things you can do with a laptop, but having a laptop is dope. You know what I'm saying, for portable and everything, for mobile and everything like that. But you know, to have the sheer technology like we have, you gotta have a PC, bro. But because honestly, like 2 years ago, again, like I was into PC gaming almost 2 years already. So before that, remember when COVID just hit around like, you know, January, February, around that time. It was a hard time, and my lady had, you know, she's an accountant and everything like that, so she had to work from home, and she had like 3 monitors. I was like, God damn. I was like, I have to get a setup like this. She goes, what are you talking about? I was like, gaming wise, you know what I'm saying? So she helped me because I had a laptop too. I had my gaming laptop at the time, and I had 2 other monitors, but unfortunately my laptop didn't identify the third monitor because I think it only does 2 because it counts as 1, and it can't go so much without, you know, using the image quality. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, I'll use an extra monitor, and then, but when you have a PC, you can have multiple monitors, man. Whatever your GPU has, and your motherboard can do multiple things too, and you know, it's crazy, man. But yeah, I have BIOS, man.
Cheers. What do you think the issue is on extended? That's the only time I noticed an issue. Actually, it actually performed pretty good today. I don't know if maybe they turned on HDR did something, but what do you think the issue is when you do extended?
Okay, so what I came in your show a little bit later on, like when you're, I think it was like up to an hour. So what was your issue?
Okay, so
the first part.
Here's what happens. If I have turn my laptop on, right? And if I go to extended, meaning everything on my laptop stays there, and only what I want to drag to my monitor, I drag to my monitor. So fine, right? You could do it. Well, I don't know what the problem is, right? But I notice when things are moving on, I don't know if it's changing, if whatever he told me to put the HDR, but when I was playing Stadia on my monitor, for whatever reason, in extended mode, meaning I dragged it from the only thing I dragged over was Stadia, it would get grainy every so often. It would get grainy and then stop and plays fine. Right now, it played smooth, but the picture quality kept going in and out. But if I was to just turn it to, okay, I make the monitor the only screen, and on that screen it was just dark, not working. It was fine. If I made it mirror where screen 1 and 2 are identical, then it was fine. But it was only when I made screen 1 the laptop, screen 2 the extended of the laptop. So is that like a thing? Like some people are saying it's trying to do too much because I'm stretching.
Yeah, because the laptop's trying to figure out which ones to play on. It actually is thinking, am I streaming over here or over there? So I would just flip it. You know what I mean? If you have 1 and 2, flip it. Because my cousin had the same issue. He was trying to do one monitor to the left and one monitor to the right, but every time he switched it, his mouse wouldn't even go to the other side. So, you got to flip it, man. I would say try flipping it and make your gaming monitor the primary. If you're gonna do that, but if you want to play it on PS5 at the same time, you have to change this, you know, HDMI output sources. I mean, that sucks, but you know.
Yeah. So my issue, the PlayStation 5 is no issue at all because when I use the PlayStation 5, it's taking over the whole input. So my monitor,
yeah.
You know, my monitor, my laptop is null and void at that point, right? Because I'm only using the PlayStation 5. But I was just saying when I do extended. But I'm gonna mess with it and see if there might be some.
Like if you're trying to do PlayStation on the big one and then, you know, streaming on a laptop, a capture card will be suffice for you at this point in time. You know, a little bit later on, you know, a month or two, whatever. But yeah, capture card would definitely be your go-to now. That's
yes, I didn't try that yet. I mean, that's not my issue. I didn't get to that point yet because what I would do, I used to do at some point I want to test it, but I used to do remote play. And then that's how I would remote play and then use OBS. So you know, maybe I will get a capture card. I mean, I didn't have a problem with remote play, but I'm assuming if I got a capture card, it's going to look better than remote play, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. It's capturing all the quality into that capture card into your monitor. So, yeah, and also remember, I don't have it hooked up yet. I could do it like in a second if you want. Everybody can see who didn't see it beforehand. I remember playing Elden Ring and I was streaming my Elgato through the camera. You know what I mean? So you could do that too, having a capture card where you don't, and you just want to use the monitor for your streaming like right now, and you could just use your capture card to stream it. But it's it's very low latency. That one, the S Plus, it's like a millisecond, if not lower. Like once you like click to the left, it's gonna go left. So, you know.
So what, like pretty much it's like the the I guess like OBS detects the capture card as a device.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
And
Now
the
that
reason
has
why-
nothing to do with. So let's say I'm not. That has nothing to do with what I'm seeing on the screen. Like if I'm playing my PlayStation 5, and what I see is still going to be like it's not going to diminish my quality. That like
Absolutely
it's not.
Nope.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if let's say you got a capture card next week, and you're like, "Yo, Jers, I got it. All right, cool. We're getting me a Holtz. If a Holtz is on, I'll help you, or I'll help you. Whatever, don't matter." And see, the thing is, this is why I like to have a PC too, bro. Is because you can have 2 or 3 monitors, and you could do multiple things, and you don't have to worry about that little laptop causing issues with image quality. The capture card ain't gonna give you an issue because you have to change the source anyway to the HDMI output on the monitor anyway to see what you're doing. But for example, on the PC, I got 2 monitors. I got the 34-inch and the 1080p. Now the 1080p one is fine. It's perfect. There's nothing, extending it. It doesn't look crappy. It's just perfect. And the same image is on my 34 Ultra 4040p monitor, but everything looks fine. It looks nice. The image ain't stretched out or anything. So there's some tricky things you can do. But what I always do, a PC will probably in the future would help you a lot more than a laptop. I'm just being serious. Even for
Yo,
streaming,
Jersey, why don't you
not even
start
for gaming.
selling
But not even for gaming.
PCs, bro?
Of course, we're
Start
forgetting that
selling PCs.
I got you,
every
bro.
time
I got you.
it goes that way. That every time we hear the word laptop, you sort of got the M attached, like the GPU M, the mobile version of GPU and CPU. So
And that's it too.
When we hear the word 2060, we default to like a full-on 2060 card, but then we have to realize, oh,
it's a laptop.
It's a form factor laptop. In the end, when you look at our setups, we got big, huge like power adapters and power blocks and.
To be real though, Cowboy's laptop really surprised me doing all of what he does, and it doesn't crash. So I know that's a powerful thing right there.
Yeah, it's a 2060. I would like to think it should be able to do all that, right?
Right? Like I was like, hey, he's doing streaming, he's gaming. I was like, that laptop is a beast. Because my little 1050 laptop I got like 3-4 years ago. Garbage,
you have to realize he's taking the processing power because he's using the likes of Stadia and he's using Melon. He's using all these web applications to do the processing, not as actually laptop itself.
Well, yeah, that is a good thing about cloud, though, right? Because sometimes, because if you are using, so I start using a lot of OBS again, but that is true though. He got a good point because Stadia isn't using barely any resources on your hardware, right? Melon is barely using any resources on your hardware, but when you use OBS, it is. So you got a good point. I was in the background. I was trying to open up PlayStation Plus, but it had like an update, and the update is like frozen. But this is what I like, right? I can have on this screen now where I'm doing everything, but then on that screen I could do this at the same time. Before I would have had to minimize or so that's what I want to use it for, right? I want to be able to. Now I got 2 screens, so I want to use it for that. So I don't want limitations though.
So Melon, like let's say you had your stream on the laptop up right now where you can see us on your laptop and you want to game Stadia or PlayStation Plus on the gaming monitor itself.
Right.
Does Melon allow you to I think you guys said this before, does it allow us to see what you're doing on that monitor?
Yeah, that's what
cool.
That day when you were showing me what you were doing, that's what I was using Melon, and like when I was just playing Stadia, I'm using Melon right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
But the problem with Melon is it's so flexible, but when you sort of capture game footage, it doesn't half make it look.
That's the problem.
And a lot of people think it's like, oh my god, it's the servers that makes it look crap. But it's like, oh well, because we're running of a web application, it's like, well, it hasn't got that much processing as a local. So we're trying to capture inputs, outputs, game captures and stuff like that, and that's where we have to say to some people that Melon's not that advanced to sort of capture game footage, and that is why.
Technology. So it's like you're trying to use a web-based platform or a cloud-based platform to also stream stuff through the cloud. So they just haven't got there yet because you could look Restream, StreamYards. Melon, none of them can actually which is weird. It's getting better. Like you'll stream some days you're like, oh, it's pretty good, but then eventually it's like you can't do it for long. You got to refresh. So I think it's getting better. The day it gets really good, where it's you could count on it, that's going to be pretty cool. I don't know when that's going to be though. Let me see. Jers, are you interested in Saints Row?
No.
Or no?
Nope. My cousin liked the game. I don't know. He said he was gonna get it or play it or whatever, but he hears some stupid things. He's like, I'm probably just gonna wait then. I'm like, all right, well. Saints Row was never my thing.
Yeah, it was never mine either. I think I mean, man, the couple of reviews we looked at the beginning of the show, it was IGN gave it a 6 out of 5. Sorry, 6 out of 10. Another thing gave it a 5 out of 5. It seems like people are trashing it right now, but
you know what's funny? I was seeing on Twitter today, like, you know, I mean, people like saying the game of the year stuff a little bit. And of course, my game of the year is Elden Ring, you know what I mean? But that's me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you might love God of War. You might, George, this is game of the year. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. But,
maybe not.
You know what I mean? You know, but then also we got to the conversation like, oh my God, it looks just like the same game. Now people got to realize, like, look at Castlevania, Lords of Shadow 1 and 2. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So,
I loved Lord of Shadows
right?
1.
Yo, so they both look the same, played the same a little bit. And then I was wishing for another, you know, Castlevania game like that. But if they ever did make another one, it'll look totally different from the other two. So that's what I'm saying. Let God of War do this thing, and then the next God of War in like 2025-6, it probably looks like a different game. You know what I mean? So
right. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely. Well, here's the thing, Doc.
Big
I
guy,
sit a little further back from my camera. So my desk, if I listen, let me show something, Holtz. If I was to sit regular, like hold on, real quick, like normal people do. Let me move this real quick.
Well,
that's because Cowboy got the rectangles instead of the squares. If he puts up the smaller squares, he'll probably have like a zoomed out situation.
Yeah, but if I sat to my monitor, like this is not to my monitor, this is my desk. This is me sitting up to my desk. But Cowboy,
I am not sit to my desk. Like if you just, for example, put me on large screen, and you would see the default that.
Okay.
There it is.
So that I've not done that. Look how wide I'm not zooming in to make me look zoomed in. That's just the way Mel is. Like, you can see me telly, you can see the shit that I've got on my unit there.
Well, I think what I was saying is that if you look the way I always sit, you could see like almost my waist up, right? Where most people you see their shoulders, right? So that's what I was just saying. So if you bring it in like this, then it's gonna show more your head, right? But if you put it out
before Cowboy, when it was just me and you, all I saw was my eyes and my forehead, and I was like, "That's not how I wanted to be displayed." But it's the way the tiles are formatted. It's not, intentionally me doing it.
Yeah,
that's crazy how it zooms in on the other ones. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
but it's so funny because I've been here with past people that join the panel. Like,
I do like
Cowboy, change it. We don't want to see my big forehead, and there's loads of people. And sometimes when I get on, I'm like, oh my God, it's just.
Let's see. All right, so it seems like a good amount of people aren't getting Saints Row. Seems like a good amount of people are getting Saints Row. And that comes out midnight tonight, I guess. So I think people confirmed that it will come out tomorrow for Stadia or midnight. So that's pretty. Actually, so some people probably got it right now in the UK for Stadia. So that's pretty good. So we got to acknowledge that.
And I would like to say this just before when I actually use Melon, if I actually click since the update like about a month ago, if I clicked widescreen, I can only see like 3 panelists, and if I press Control and down wheel on my mouse, I can sort of see yous, but I lose chat. So there's some sort of level of scaling issues that Melon hasn't sort of adapted yet that I always find a problem with. So it's either, I hope we're not affecting the user, but to me sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they have a bunch of different things you could do. I guess it's just each person to figure out what you like, But Jers, let me ask you this since you're on here. were you shocked that I wasn't blown away with the monitor?
I was, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna be real. I was 50-50 with it. I was hoping that it would like kind of be like, oh man, this thing's cool. But then it's like, damn, I understand where you're coming from because the games ain't out yet. You know, that's gonna look phenomenal. It's even though it's been 2 years, but yeah, I don't have my camera on, bro. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
stupid, bro. He's so stupid.
What the
Jersey,
hell?
I'm pretty sure that if we walked him through it right now and we sort of just said to him, loads up Horizon, sort of enable field of view, FSR, and stuff like that, it will look amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen,
but
I don't.
It's going to take a while to sort of tinker them settings for him to say, "Oh my."
No, but Jersey got a point though, host. If you watch the video and even the PlayStation monitor, like it's cool. Like it, like once you hook up the PlayStation, it like I mean, I had all that stuff on anyway because I checked. But you'll see the screen flash. It's like it's the monitor and the PlayStation like sync. So it's putting all that stuff on, and I had I got the counter on right now. That's at 60 hertz right now. But
I was talking from the PC game, not the actual.
Oh yeah, because I was saying that I got. Okay.
Real quick, you know what's funny? My 1440p monitor, ultra wide. It's really wide. When I first got it, I was like, damn, this is a little wide. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this. What the hell, man? I think I bought the wrong one. But when I put my PS5 on, I was like, damn, they don't have 1440p, bro. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I thought it was going to go to 1080. It went to 4K. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. My monitor has 4K, but it's like a big square. It's going to leave out like 2 or 3 inches on each side, but it's going to be a big square, but it's 4K. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll deal with this. This is perfect. I can't do 120 because I don't have the 2.1, but you know, I'm happy that it upscaled to 4K for me. But your monitor, man, I was like, you know, I did some research on it today. It seems like a very good monitor, but at the same time, I would say this, man, to get the understanding of going to a TV, a regular 4K, whatever that we had 5-6 years ago, play on that for a week, even though like you just got it, like you want to play in your mom. I'm just saying, like, for an example, this is like an example situation, like experiment. Play on your TV, the older one, for a week. Just play on that TV for a week. I mean, you have to do shows, so it's going to be hard for you just to do that. I mean, don't do that. But if anybody, just go play on the TV and play on your gaming monitor, and you're going to see a big difference.
Now, hey, Jers, here's the reason why I don't agree. I was playing on my regular TV. That's right there. But like, I was playing on my TV.
The graphics aren't going to change. You know what I mean? It's the fidelity, the clarity.
It was sharp.
It was sharp.
The monitor, yes, the monitor is a lot sharper. But it's not mind-blowing sharp. You know what I mean? It's just sharper.
To me, right? I've got a 49-inch monitor, super ultra wide, because that's what I believe gaming was going to go forward. Because I was seeing like Horizon, Spider-Man, Halo, Death Stranding announce all this. So now, of course, you know, with performance, I have to I select a certain high textures, field of vision, and I selected to match my aspect ratio. And for these games, it's amazing. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm playing Forza Horizon 5 and this aspect ratio, especially it's curved, it's so immersive. But then any other game that I play, it just shrinks it. And then
can you tell with frame rate? Because I feel like the frame rate issue with you, I don't know if you can really tell the difference.
Yeah, I mean, so to answer Doc's question, I played Destiny. So I looked at the list of what's in. I was trying to find games that's 4K 120, but I had a feeling that wasn't a thing. So Destiny was on a list of 120. When you look it up, it said when you go on Destiny, it said it's only for the Crucible, and they said the graphics will come down, right? So I did the 4K 120, I did the 120, and you instantly seeing like, oh, you could see, right?
Smoother,
like
right?
Picture Motion Plus mode. But it's competitive, right? People running, shooting you 2 minutes after playing. You didn't even notice it anymore because you're just playing the game, trying not to get shot.
Why? Because your eyes got used to it already.
Correct.
So now I'm gonna tell you like this: if you do that again, right? Let's do this for me again. If hopefully you still have Destiny downloaded.
I did.
Put it into the field of view to 105 with 120. Okay. You're gonna see like holy, especially with a sword. Put a sword on and run around and just look around and just dodge and look around. You're gonna be like, oh shit, this is what he's talking about. Now another experiment you can do. I know it's a little issue because you have to like swap out equipment, put it by your big TV. I would say this for one day, Sunday or something, just for like an hour. Go buy your PS4 if you still have the PS4 Pro, right?
Yep.
Plug it into the 4K TV, right? and use your equipment that you have now right next to it, the monitor and the PS5, right? Play Destiny at the same time.
I could do. Listen, I could do that right now. I got my monitor. I could play Destiny.
Because I want you to play it with the way it used to be, so you can.
No, I was gonna say I could play Destiny. Well, here's the thing: I could play Destiny on Stadia.
No, but Stadia is 60 frames. I want you to see.
Okay, I got you.
Pro with 30 frames with the basic 4K, blah blah blah, and you're gonna see like, oh, then you're gonna see the difference.
It's got to be resolution with frames, because I remember playing Nintendo games back on the SNES and stuff like that days, which was 60 frames, but that was locked to a certain resolution. So frames has always been a thing, but we're talking about with high fidelity, aren't we? We're not talking about dialing it back to make it look crap and then have higher frames.
And Doc, what I'm saying is I could see it. It's just that it was Destiny, and you could only do it in Crucible. It's not like it was a Strike or the Moon. You just walking around all slow. Like, watch my video. I'll get shot in the forehead like instantly. I did it, and bam! I was like, damn. Like,
not that you got this monitor for this particular reason. I'm not saying you got this for this reason, but to help you out, I would say this, and you're probably gonna laugh at me again and say, "Jers, what the hell, man?" But I'm just saying, go to Steam, download a free game. All right, on your laptop, because you're playing as a quote unquote PC game, right?
Right.
Go on a laptop, and when you hook the game up, when you play it, it's download, it's all good. Go to the settings and play it. Set it up to where you're playing in the new gaming monitor, so it can go right to that, and then hook up to your with the laptop that you have, the hardware. Put it to the best quality. I would say 1080 because 2060, 1440p might get 60 frames, but I want you to play a little bit higher. 1080p ultra settings on ultra. Motion blur off 120 or more, 100, probably 144 at that point with 1080p, and you will see the greatness of that monitor.
Well, see, I always find that the greatness, what I've been hearing PC gamers say, is 1440p now is the sweet spot to hit perfect with 120. So in the end, when you hear the market and say 4K, 60, 120, that's not achievable. But I feel that a lot of gamers now are sitting there saying 1080, 1440p at the higher frame rates. You'll notice a difference. So like Cowboy, he's just bought this 4K display thinking he's going to get fidelity and performance. But it's got to be a little bit of give or
Doc,
take.
I think it's 1 millisecond, right? Cowboy, your monitor?
This thing, because you can put it on faster and all. Yeah, this thing is armed to the teeth, Doc. Look it up. Like the specs is ridiculous.
Dude, a lot of gaming monitors are 1 millisecond. I don't think you're going to find really anything higher. If it is, then it's a really cheaper old one.
Yeah, I'm just saying that this monitor is I mean, you looked it up. The monitor is like, it's pretty sick monitor.
Is it nice? I was looking at the image quality. Is it nice? Like, oh my, wow, it's nice. What would you say that though?
Yeah, like I said, it's crystal clear, right? Crystal clear. I think I was thinking the frames was going to be more pop out, right? Like, George, you ever go to the this is what they get you. You ever go to Best Buy, right? And they always got that video of the fish, right? And you're looking like, yo, it looks like the most real thing, right? And then you buy the TV and you come home, you're like, yo, why it don't look like that? So I went to Best Buy over the weekend, and the guy, I was telling him I got the monitor. The guy said the thing is they shoot these videos, they shoot these certain videos in certain ways of frames. They said what you're looking at, they don't shoot games or movies like this. This is only for the display to show it. I'm like, yo, that's so cheesy. But he was like, it depends on what you're watching and what it was shot as.
We've had this debate before when we were talking about HDMI cables, and he was like, "Oh, the guy in Best Buy said you need a $100+ HDMI cable." I was like, "No, the settings on the display is set to display mode, which is using the greatest performance to be able to show a single screen of fish. But if you took it home, you couldn't watch sports or gaming at that resolution or performance because it'll burn out your display." Yeah, so I feel like we get tricked that when we bring it home, we're like, that single panel of fish look gorgeous, but it's all.
You know what? Yeah, you do got a point. I remember I was big, man. I was big into TVs, guys. Remember, I told you I watched the video. I had an 84-inch TV, man. Like I was big into size, 4K. But you know what? I was never into. I was never into frames. So I was telling my friend Obi Rose earlier because he was like, "I don't get frames." I said, "That's how it was." Back in the day, you remember 8-bit, and then you remember, 16-bit, and then it got to 128, and then they stopped counting that, right? So, real quick,
that's the resolution.
Yeah, but we was used to like 720p, 1080, 4K. But there was always another side that computer PC guy used to be like, well, how many hertz is your TV? I was like, I don't know. And I never even thought of the hertz, right? So there was another side to it that was always. So for me now, I'm trying to get into the hertz size. I thought I was going to be like, yo, but again, Destiny said clear as day, the graphics are going to go down. So it wasn't like I was running at 120 4K. No.
I think it's 1800 or 1900p with Destiny Crucible 120.
Right.
I think PC nailed the market at the turn of 2000s with they were the first ones to hit 1080 60. And I think even though we had 60 frames previously at lower resolutions on consoles in the past, I think they're the ones that ran with resolution and performance. And that is where sort of consoles couldn't keep up with that new standard, and hence where that terminology PC Master Race and their new hardware at a price to performance skyrocketed. But over time, consoles slowly clawed higher and higher and higher, and displays got higher and higher, and then displays like TV started offering other features like smart applications, HDR, dynamic lighting, and so on. And they sort of offered more that the PC gamer was sort of jealous of, and then we sort of now in today's market we're sort of blurring the lines between what a monitor and TV is and what everything has, but it's all to price to performance. So I feel like it's a user base.
I want to answer Doc. Say, could you tell the response time? Honestly, I can't, because I don't play Destiny that much anymore. When I was playing, I just felt like I was playing. I can't say that I seen the frames. The first 2 minutes, I was like, damn, that's cool. I told my wife, say, come here, look. This is what 120 looked like. And I moved real slow, and I got shot in the head real quick. Bam! I was like, damn, man. I was trying to run somewhere to be alone just so I could show my wife. She was like, oh, wow, that looks cool. And she was like, whatever. Went and sat down. I'm like, and then 2 minutes later, after running and shooting, you don't even notice it anymore because it's so fast. So response time, I just felt like it felt real fast. Like maybe I had the sensitivity up faster, but
yeah, that's like me telling me I'll put the sensitivity on my mouse and quickly turn around.
Right. It just felt like sensitivity. Like,
of course,
okay,
just because you've got sensitivity on your mouse doesn't mean that.
The only way you're really gonna tell if you play in your gaming monitor for like a couple weeks and you switch to your TV and the bigger one, you know what I mean? Then you're like, oh shit, okay, I see the difference now.
Oh, so if I play on my 70-inch, not the 40.
No, yeah, the 70-inch. Watch, go ahead. No, for like a week or two, just keep playing whatever games you're playing, whatever. Probably, I would say the day before, play Destiny just for like an hour, or then go right to your TV. You're gonna be like, oh damn, this is what they're talking about.
Well, I know that if I actually change from my monitor now and actually go to my telly, the first thing I would complain is field of vision and actually texture packs that PC offer. That's the first. I won't even complain about resolution or FPS. That was the first thing I would complain about. The other options, the customized options that PC offer, and that might not be in other people's talkative points, but I know that if I switch, I'll be like, oh my god, even though it's in 4K, the textures look crap, the field of vision looks boxed in, and I'll complain.
You know,
now, Jers, why did you say what's the special thing about what you say a field of vision? Put it at 105.
Field of view.
Field of view.
Because it kind of like think of it like squares to rectangles, right? So you're playing Destiny in the square, you're looking at through a square. If you put the field of view higher, it's going to be more of like a rectangle that you see more of left and right of you. And then with the sword on, with the 120, you're going to see the motion. You're going to see like how smooth it really is.
Okay, gotcha.
It's just messing with your vision. Like, you know, it just, plus the gameplay looks faster, even though it's not. But it's the mind trick of the field of view. It makes it look faster and smoother.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big fan of Picture Motion Plus. I thought that was the coolest thing. I had the Sony 3D TV, and it was like, you know, soap opera effect. I was like, yo, like that. My ex-wife, she was like, I hate that. I don't like the way it looked. I thought it looked cool. So I get it. You know, it just like
that blew me away. In 2010 when I first seen that sort of picture quality, I was like, it looks so real. Like they're right next to me filming. So I was like, wow. And I had a 55 or 60 inch back in the day. It was a Toshiba, and I got a Mitsubishi, right? 2010, you know what I mean? But
that's right around the same time because I got married in 2009.
Yep. Yeah, and I got one from Rent-A-Center, man. I was like, I wasn't paying no $2,500 off the rip. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, I ain't putting that much money down. But when I seen it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Where my background is, I bought it wasn't even a standardized 4K. It was a budget entry 4K when the PlayStation 3 4 came out. And I wasn't really impressed with the sort of brightness and performance of that. And then one day I was walking through a shop and I seen an OLED display. And I just went, what's that display? And he went, oh, it's a new technology. It's OLED, it's not LED anymore. And I remember just being blown away because of the color range of it. And I thought to myself, well, isn't resolution the most important thing? It's like, yeah, it depends on your dynamic scale of what the display is outputting. And then when I seen Dolby Vision, I just thought to myself, I can't go back to HDR 10 or whatever HDR standards. And that is why now I buy on iTunes or I watch HBO Max because they support Dolby Vision streams. And every time I go back to something that is 4K HDR or 1080 to HDR, I think to myself, this looks absolutely crap. So I feel like each their own, where someone else can walk in and go, Holtz, you might see the HDR peak brightness and features where I prefer this kind of, and it's always important to sort of see many different avenues of how to buy hardware.
Now let me ask y'all this: if I wanted to have this show on my laptop, right, drag it back, and I wanted to turn my PlayStation on my monitor, I can still do that, right? Like Correct. It's gonna know, but yeah, that's right. Yeah, my place. Yeah, so technically, if I wanted to,
drag the window to the laptop, you're fine.
The best thing you should do, Cowboy and Jason mentioned this before, is connect your PlayStation 5 through a capture card and put the capture card to your monitor so it displays, but then the USB goes to your laptop to sort of capture the footage to us. So in the end, you will still be seeing the native stream if it's got like a 4K 120 pass through and stuff like that, but then your laptop will capture it and then sort of downscale it to 1080 to Melon. That's the best option. So you don't lose fidelity. It's only us that we see what we can see because of our displays.
Right. Yeah, that's my thing. I don't want to lose what I'm supposed to see. I don't really worry about y'all that much. As long as y'all get 1080, I'm cool. But I don't want to be like.
But you see, it's going to be a cost. It's going to be a cost at your end where you would have to buy an external.
Oh yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I don't have.
Where's Cowboy?
I'd actually put a message in. I just thought to myself, has he sort of knocked his Ethernet cable, or was it us? Look at that. He wants to be a streamer, and he's probably kicked his.
Oh, you know what's crazy? My screen was froze. I'm like, Jers, where you at? So we got a thunderstorm. All of a sudden, everything flashed. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I realized, like, oh, my internet went out. So I got to say this, Jers. This is what's cool about the cloud. Melon is in the cloud. So my internet went out. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, oh, wait. All I got to do is just go to Melon on my phone. So technically, if that happened when I was playing Stadia, I would just simply go to Stadia on my phone and keep playing. Just saying. Just wanted to say that.
Well, I was worried. I was worried when you was until Lion just said Holtz take over. I was like, but I didn't read chat. I was like, well, what's happened? Is it me? Is it Jez? Like,
Yeah, so
but when I heard Jez's voice, he was like, Cowboy. I was like, no, it's him. He's probably kicked his Ethernet cable.
you know what?
Oh, he's gone again.
Hold up. Okay, you know what it was? Our internet went out, and now it just came back on.
Well, it's you know, you can round it off before the storm causes them any more havoc, should I say?
Yeah, it's thundering out there, so I will do that though. Yeah, let's do it the proper way though.
See, this is crazy storm before, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, this is actually crazy, but this is cool. I will say though.
I was fearing for my life literally just before. I was driving down. My friend was driving down the motorway, and it downpoured, and literally he couldn't see in front of himself. And I thought to myself, "This is scary."
Oh, George, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm using the PS5 right now.
Nice.
See, so Elgato. See, look, look, moving left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Oh yeah, that day you were showing us. Yeah.
It's the response time. I'm trying to tell you, like the S Plus is really responsive. Left, right, left, right. Yep. Yeah, I downloaded Stray, and what is it?
Yo, Stray is actually fun, man.
Cloud was like, man, he's like, I'm gonna play Stray. I was like, man, meow, meow all the way, bro. Like, what do you mean? Why would I want to play as a cat? He said it was good, so I was like, all right, whatever, man. I'll download it.
That's the only game that I ever think when it's on PC, get the mods. I want to be a dog. That's all I care about. F the cats.
Yo, hey,
pun intended. F cat. You missed the joke.
Listen, Rude Diggs, you're gonna start talking about American internet infrastructure, bro. I barely ever have issues. But yes, you watched on screen. The storm happened. My lights flickered. You know.
My lights don't go out. I mean, my internet don't go out.
You know, and look, that was backup. Say use your phone hotspot. Yeah, I mean you could do that too. Or just use your phone's internet. Anyway, guys, I guess that was cool, man. I mean, thank you, Jers, and everybody in chat and host for all the tech support. You know, that was pretty cool. I'm sure the longer I have this, I'm gonna look up videos, I'm gonna get better and figure more stuff out, you know.
Oh, definitely, bro.
Yeah. So wait, how are you doing that? You have your screen is your PlayStation instead of your camera.
Yeah. The Elgato was acting as my camera.
So when you came on Melon, you just went to camera settings on Melon and switched to Elgato.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So
that's
and
what
then
I was trying to say, like like this is what I was trying to say to you, like it's really responsive. Look, left, right, you know what I mean? Like whatever. But I keep doing that. But look, right, left, right, left, right, left. I was gonna say it's really responsive. So like if you want to use your gaming monitor to talk to us, you can just look at your camera little thing and play the game in real time instead of just, you know, switching the the monitors back and forth. That's easier that way. So
yeah, but if I wanted to play with you, wouldn't I just simply switch? I would just drag everything over to my monitor.
You can. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying with the capture card, you still have the option to not even worry about changing the big monitor screen. You could just play like that.
Yeah, but I don't see what's the difference though. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
There isn't. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm just saying, like, if I was like, because I think this is cool, like, I never knew this must be new with Elgato, who capture cards, whatever the hell, I don't know. But I never used it as a camera before. Now it's coming up. So I was like, oh crap, now I can actually show people what I'm doing. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I used it with Pokemon Arceus in January on the stream. That's how I was captured.
But anything you're using for the most part, George, you could just share your screen. So it would be the same thing though.
Yeah, but sharing the screen is a feature, isn't it, with Melon? And he's just trying to say that you could use it, you know, so you get the best fidelity, but you can still sort of chat on a multiple monitor.
And plus, you can zoom in, like make it bigger. Like if you're streaming it, and it's not really gonna, it's not gonna lag out or anything.
So you're saying like instead of like when I play Melon, and I use Melon to share the game I'm playing, it looks real grainy and it gets like that. But you're saying if you just use this as a camera, like for instance, like when I do this, it actually looks like you see no issues, like it runs perfect. All right, so you're saying like when I do this, like this is like smooth and flawless.
Smooth, yeah.
Oh, so you're saying if you just cheat the system, use it as a camera, the camera shouldn't get messed up like this, right? This is just I can do this all day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's the same as I use my Live 2D, my sort of Firebird. I just use a capture from that software. The software registers as a camera, and I just put it up, and it sort of motion tracks me. It's the same thing. Capture the input.
So wait, Jers, you could play gameplay right now, and it won't get all funny looking.
No.
Oh, so it's like cheating the system to a point.
Yeah. And I think it's even 60 frames too. It is. Yep. 60 frames, bro. I want to show you.
Oh yeah, but for us it's not because Melon doesn't have 60 frames.
No.
See, I always thought it was rude, but I always think it's a really good way seeing people just switching up to what Jers is doing there and watching them play than actually talking.
We could just
there it is. Look, over 200 hours in this game. Somebody tell me I'm a liar. They can, Degeneration X that one.
You haven't done 300 hours.
No, yeah, Jers, you ain't do 300.
Not yet.
Now run around, Jers.
Run around? Okay. Oh shit! Wait. There we go. I forgot how to run. Give me a second. There we go. Been a while.
Oh, I changed the controls in this, Jers. I got the square as my weak attack and my triangle as my hard attack. I hate when games where your attack has to be the back buttons. That drives me crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, but isn't God of War the back buttons? It used to be square, but now the back buttons are the heavy and fast.
I have no. I haven't played in so long, but I think if it was, I know I must have changed the controls if they allowed me.
No, because like same like Heavenly Sword, it was all back buttons. If I can remember, I can't. It's been a while since I've used the face controller.
Oh, really?
The D-pad
or
the button press. Because I remember back in the day, you used to like even like fighting games or something like that. It was always the same: quick punch, heavy punch, low kick, heavy kick, and stuff like that. But now because we've moved to sort of the toggles, I just feel like everything's sort of the left bumpers, right triggers is sort of the block, the dodge, and the sort of light and heavy attacks.
Rude Diggs, I feel like you're bullying us, man. Yeah, this is kind of cool, Jers. This is cool.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So that's what I'm saying. There's always ways around things, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get off. You know what I'm eating today, Holtz? My wife went out to dinner, so I gotta fend for myself. But you know what? I'm gonna eat 2 egg rolls. Holtz, you know what egg rolls are?
I only tune in for Sandy's foods, and I feel like I've been like betrayed now. Egg rolls.
Yeah, you know what? You guys got egg rolls?
Okay, what's egg roll? Is it?
It's like a Chinese thing, like Chinese food. So in the inside it's kind of like cabbage and like I don't know. You could get like a shrimp egg roll or beef egg roll.
We call stuff like that that's in like a sort of lightly batter. We call them spring rolls, or if you
yeah. Some places call them spring rolls. Well, I never seen the spring rolls are usually thinner though.
It depends how it's made. It's if you want sort of like char siu, bean sprout, and stuff like that, we call it chop suey roll.
Okay. Yeah. Do you like Chinese food?
I love Chinese food. Love Chinese food.
Man.
I've just had Chinese tonight. I had actually chicken and sweet corn soup with prawn crackers, some spring rolls, some beef mushroom with rice, and also it was sweet and sour pork.
Okay.
So it was a merry mix of we call it a banquet for 4. So it's just sort of set meals, but that's what we go for.
Nice. So Hopes, you and Jers, you're both not getting Saints Row. Some people in the chat are Sandy, Saints Row is supposed to be available tonight at midnight. Yeah, so I'll be buying it for my wife. I will get it on Stadia because
But,
I won
but
that.
that's why we tune into you, so you can actually buy Saints Row and we can actually listen to your review in case we're missing out.
Yeah,
So.
I'll only be playing it if when Sandy's not, because I'm not gonna buy 2 at first. Right, I'm just gonna buy 1 and I'm gonna see what she thinks about it. But guys, let me bring in the troublemaker, Maker Chaos. He was on here trying to start trouble, talking about chump change. You were talking about Jersey and his little 200 hours.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh man.
On Steam, how much does it say I've got?
I love the way Maker comes in just at the end to flexes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I've got 263 hours on Steam, and I know I've got at least 200 on Xbox.
I stopped playing early April though, so
I stopped after a few months, but obviously I did play it for quite a lot after it came out.
Could I say something real quick though?
Yeah, what's up?
You know, I hear all this is gonna be game of the year, but I guarantee if I start playing God of War, I'm gonna beat it. Because the story would be that compelling, but the lack of story in Elden Ring, I'm just saying.
There's definitely a story.
There's a story. I mean, it's not like, you know, a 10-hour story, but there's story there.
Can I say this, guys? Right, I have never feel intimidated when I play games, but since Obi Rose Kenobi and Cowboy and other people have mentioned God of War, and same as you, Make It Chaos, I feel like to myself, I am not going to fall behind with you talk about God of War, and I feel like this is the time where I feel like I should get my big boy gaming pants on.
Let's do it, Holtz.
Like I'm going to progress, because I feel like if one slip up, if someone goes, yeah, I finished it in 20 hours, I will feel intimidated. So I feel like when you're flexing your muscles on Elden Rings, I feel like this is not going to happen to me in God of War.
Yo, Maker came in here, that little baby 200 hours. I'm like, what he called 200 hours little?
I mean,
Holtz, I took the day off already. I requested the day off, Holtz. November 9th, baby.
I will say I'm looking at my Steam hours, and on Steam I did do like almost all the side quests and stuff like that. I've got 28.8 hours on God of War, and I was playing on a hard mode, so I'm sure you could probably clear it out in like 25.
Oh, hold on, how long it took you?
28.8 hours, so close to 29.
Holtz, you tell them what I'm gonna do. Holtz, you know what I'm doing, right? Day one.
Well, no, what we're doing, we're dropping on the lowest settings and we're skipping.
There you go. There you go. Me and Holtz, baby, we putting that thing on story or easy.
Maker's badass. He's playing the gods levels, and me and you are
right?
Like skip through the daisies. That's what we're doing, mate. Me and you.
Skip through the daisies.
Imagine if they put it on PC day one.
What'd you say?
As if it went to PC also day one. Oh my goodness.
I wish.
That'd be cool.
I would be annoyed. Because I know where I would want to play it. I would buy PC day one if it came between console and PC day one. But that's not going to happen. It's going to be 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a PC gamer since like for past 14 years. So yeah. So I would have loved to have like PS games directly onto PC. That's the one thing that I really love about Xbox, is that they release all their titles on PC as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. Let me ask you this, Maker. If you were Sony, would you put your games on PC? Or would you allow them to come to Sony, your PlayStation brand first, and then later on? What would you do if you were Sony, and why?
I would release on both, because there's not a lot of, I would say there's not a huge crossover between PlayStation and PC. Most casual players, which make up a vast majority, I would say, of the PlayStation audience, mostly play on console.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a dedicated like PC audience that do buy gaming PCs and play on that. But there's also a lot of people who don't own those consoles, and they'll wait until those
But
titles
what I'm
come.
asking you is, as a business, not I'm asking you, if you were the head of Sony PlayStation, what would you do? That's what I'm asking.
Release it on PC day one.
Okay.
Because to me, I want to take advantage of everybody talking about it. Because if you release it years later, it's
What,
not going to have as much hype
bro?
or as people
But but
talking
Bro,
about it.
but it
are
does,
you
because we've seen that
That's
even after
facts.
the years, PC gamers do speak about the games as it comes to. I mean, when
right?
from a business point of view, I would say if you bought the PlayStation 5, you're getting the game for $60. If you want it for PC, okay, you get it for $80 because you're not buying the hardware to have the exclusive on. Of course, that price will yo-yo, but depending on the storefront and where you can actually get it from. But I feel like you should give the PC game a day one at a markup price.
I don't know about that. I think
Nah.
Well,
yeah,
I just wanted to point out that people aren't really talking too much about Spider-Man as of like starting this week. Last week, yes, but how fast it fell off the conversation is because it's not a brand new title coming, and
all right.
so if it released
Wolverine.
on PC, if it released
So
on
let
PC
me jump in
day
there real
one,
quick, boys. So let's just talk about a little bit of all right. So here's the thing. It's called maximizing your money, right? Now, if you're, again, we're taking these brands for what they are. You said, oh, it'd be more talk. PlayStation don't need help. God of War is going to be the most talked about game this year. Hold on, let me finish, Holtz. So they don't need help. Hold on, let me finish. So I think do what they're doing, put it on their exclusive, right? It's still going to be, it's going to, because remember, your brand, having an exclusive builds the buzz for your brand, right? So your brand, oh, that's their game. Now, bro, a year later, because this is what I mean, maximize your money. Get all the people that want it now. They might buy a console. I don't know. But get the most amount of people that's going to flock to it as you can. Now, a year later, then put it on PC. And then the people who didn't buy it will buy it. But if you put a day and one everywhere, you're going to have some people that's going to be like, all right, well, I'm only choosing it there and not there. But you might actually get some people that's going to buy it twice if you hold off. That's all I'm saying.
Right, these brands are sort of evolving, and for years ago, it's sort of going in what I believe in a cloud. But I wish that they drop the hardware, the initial hardware, the Series X, the PlayStation 5, and stuff like that, and they just bring a PC client. And then what they do is they bring all the games through a service that you pay through the PlayStation storefronts or the Microsoft storefronts, and you play it. And then what they can do as a gimmick is sort of what the idea of Steam machines wanted to do years ago. So you sort of say, here's a Steam machine as a God of War limited edition that will play God of War, and you sort of manage your own little small form factor PC. You can upgrade if you want to, or you can just buy the next iteration. And all games should just be coming PC with the clients, because I feel like these days it's just stupid buying additional hardware.
Right.
So I feel like just having one platform, doesn't matter if it's in the cloud for sort of the streaming option, and then have just one platform, which is the PC.
Well, and I get you, but you're kind of, for me, I feel like you're speaking as a consumer. I was asking you guys if you were the head of Sony, because there's a lot of money on the table, right? So that's why I was just saying, if we're thinking as the business, you want to get as much money as you can.
It's like Grand Theft Auto 5, isn't it? Just keep on going.
Right.
10 years, keep on putting on platforms.
It sucks for the consumer, right? It's like, that's why I would Street Fighter. I was like, no, I'm not buying a Street Fighter game because they come out with like 5 versions of the game. Like, bro, how every so often you got Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Street Fighter 2 this and Street Fighter 2 this. You like, my one friend that's a fan, I'm like, bro, you don't bought the game like 12 times. But Capcom's rolling over in the dough. So what I was saying to Maker was, I was curious if it was your company and what would you do? But that's fine. Listen, I'm not saying nobody should do what that was my question. That's all. But George, what would you do? We haven't heard from you.
I will put them on PC and PlayStation day one.
Day and date?
Because a lot of people ain't going to go out and buy $2,000 PCs or $1,500 PCs. If they're gonna try to get a PlayStation, they already have one now, or they're gonna try to get one regardless. It's only $400 or $600. So they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna wait and build like a $1,500 PC. But there are millions of people who play PC, so why not broaden their horizon for the market to make more money? You know what I mean?
Well, Jers, let me ask you this: you do know people, right, who have bought the game again years later.
I bought Death Stranding for PS5 and PC.
Right, because now
and I don't even like that game.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I bought Cyberpunk on PC and on PlayStation.
I love the way Jay's, we're speaking about games that we've double dipped because we've got a passion, and Jay's goes, I don't even care about that game, but I bought it twice.
You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, I might get into it next year. I don't know. But right now, I tried it out. I didn't really like it. So I'm like, I don't think I wasted money because I know I'll go back and probably play it and enjoy it if I fell interest into it. Right now, I don't like it right now, but it could change in a year. I don't know.
Now, you know what? I agree with, I said this before. I even told Jersey this. I agree with Zero Games. I think in the future, it's going to be less likely to have consoles, but I don't think PC gaming will ever go away. But I do feel like it's going to be a point where it's going to be PC and cloud gaming. The
fact is this, right? Now, I was talking to my brother a long time ago, my boys like 8 years ago, and we were talking about what if PlayStation and Xbox made PCs as consoles, but they're PCs now. I was like, and my boy came and he goes, that is cool, but they have to make the parts removable and replaced. You can't just have it like set in stone. Well, this is what you got and that's it. You can't do that. So if they ever want to do a PlayStation PC, you got to let us remove some parts there, man, some graphic cards and all like that. But again, why would you buy PlayStation PC? That makes no sense. You know what I mean? You can just buy a regular PC and upgrade to whatever you want. So that's kind of an issue there.
That's why I love the idea of Steam machines, because I thought to myself, it's got the Steam OS, but we're going to have like a modular device that we can sort of upgrade. And then when everyone started bringing different SKUs of hardware, it sort of just killed the idea of what was going forward, having a form factor Steam device. And I feel like my brother and my friend goes, bloody hell, you're never going to replace PCs. You shouldn't have had the idea of a Steam machine. But I remember thinking about it would have been cool.
Imagine this in 6 years. 6 years, well, even less now, probably like 5 years. The PlayStation PC came out with like a 3090 compatible, like comparison. It's in the realm of a 3090. Now it's $800.
Hey, Jersey, in 5 years, you probably won't want a 3090. You will probably want something in the 40.
A 3090 will last 15 years, dude. Easily.
I mean, I hear you, but it's like when you guys said the other day, you was like, man, I'm looking to get that 4080. And you said to me, bro, if I was you sent me the thing, get it there. So why the hell I want a 3080 if they come out with a 40? That's just me, right?
But the 3080 will last you easily 5 years.
Like but the problem is it could last a long time, like Maker and Jersey just said. But if Jersey came on 5 years later and said I was on low settings, playing 60 FPS.
Right.
Like, Jersey, get out of here. You need to stop. You need to invest. So I feel like
no, it's not even like that. You'll still be able to play in 5 to 7 years. You'll be able to play games on medium to high, like 1080 at least.
40p, you know. Like,
at least 40p.
But that's if the wear and tear of your hardware lasts. You guys are putting 200 hours per game.
It has. Yeah, right? I mean, I've had PCs last me 7-8 years easily, like and played them successfully. My brother's playing my PC.
Dude, a 3090. We don't know. A 3090 has 24 gig RAM, bro.
My brother has a 10-year-old PC. He plays Overwatch.
Hold up, hey, Maker. But here's the thing. Now you're getting more graphically, the games you 10 years ago, they ain't look like the games now. So that's the difference. All right, we got two Makers in here.
I don't know why there's two of me.
We'll kick one of you.
The extra Maker of chaos.
Who's their imposter?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
I can't kick you though. That's crazy.
that's weird.
Oh, he's getting hacked.
But my brother's playing, like, he loaded up Sekiro on his PC, and that PC is like 10 years old, and he's able to run it like at least medium settings because it has lasted that long. And PCs do last that long. I think a lot of people don't understand how much graphics change over time. It's not like a huge, ridiculous jump all the time.
But with features like FSR and DLSS and stuff like
I was
that.
just gonna
Oh,
say
that's
that
gonna help a lot
DLSS.
too.
We don't need the next iteration of like Nvidia coming out going, here's the 4000 series and blah blah blah. We should just sort of be happy what we got and just have more optimized features to sort of enhance our hardware.
You got a good point.
Well,
look, guys,
I do have to hop out. I was just hopping in for a short little bit.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm gonna jump out too because I want to eat my egg rolls, baby. Hey, Maker, thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. Jers, thanks for joining. Maker, I'm a little mad because you wasn't trying to give me some expert advice since you're a PC guy. I'm asking all these PC questions, and you're like nowhere to be found to help me with my monitor and my extending and all this stuff.
I've been fairly busy. I could only like say like a few messages and stuff. Just been
messed up, bro.
I think Cowboy needs little bells on his desk. He has a cloud bell, a PC bell, and a pleasure. So when he rings, he's like, "Where's the PS5 chat? Where's the?"
Maker, let me ask you this real quick. Do you think the issue when I'm doing extended from display 1 to display 2 is that just the issue? Because again, if I do mirror, everything runs perfect on my monitor. If I do only the monitor, right, everything runs perfect. But when I try to do extend and drag something and put it on here and try to play it, it seems like it's a little bit of stuttering. Is that something I could fix, or is it trying to do too much by extended?
I'm wondering if there might be a compatibility issue between the two different displays. It could be that since they're running at different settings. I know sometimes I've had issues with monitors if, like, let's say one's running at 144 hertz and the other one's running at 60, and I would get little bits of issues with that. So that might be a factor for sure. But I would take a lot of like testing. I would say mirroring your image is just going to mirror whatever you have on your laptop, and it's not going to actually project at a full 4K. Just letting you know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that worked. Like the mirror thing worked, and the only one screen worked, but extended didn't. Extended. I mean, I'm doing extended right now actually, and so it's been working. But when I was playing the game actually earlier, it wasn't too bad either. So Holtz had me turn HDR on. So I don't know if that did.
That could be a factor as well. I know sometimes HDR on Windows is a little wonky. I've had to turn it off sometimes with specific games.
I'll mess with it and figure it out. But yours, I'm gonna do the one you said 105, right, on Destiny?
Yeah, 105.
I might play a game tonight. I'm gonna do 105. Do a rumble match on 120 frames. Just see what it looks like.
Use a sword if you have one.
Yep, I'll grab the sword.
All
right. I'll catch you guys later.
Peace, all right, man. Later.
See ya.
All right, later, Jers.
Later.
Holtz, man, it's always you and me, bro. You know.
Going to the final wire.
Yeah.
I always feel rude dropping out unless there's a certain thing. I just usually wait until, because you have great chat and great members on the panel and stuff like that. I always just feel like stick to it.
Holtz, when I do at the end of the year review, this is foreshadowing, but you're gonna be the Now Your Mama Knows King of Content show. I want to say employee. I can't use that word. Panelist of the year.
Have you seen The Mask, the movie? Of course, you've seen The Mask, the movie.
Yeah.
I should get a little trophy. They love me. He really loves me.
Yeah.
I want to thank my mother, my family, and myself buying this hardware. But I'm doing the speech for the new year. But it's always been a pleasure, Cowboy. Always been a pleasure.
Definitely, man. Well, look, I will see you sooner or later. I'm sure. I'll let you know how I'm doing with this monitor and blah blah blah.
Let's hope it gets better. Anyway, I'll let you round off your show. Bye bye.
All right. Later. All right, guys. Well, listen. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you, and but I love you, and I love you, and I love you over there. Hey, put your big head down. I love you back there. So just want to say thank you, guys. Everybody made this show great. I want to thank specifically the people in the comments because you guys add stuff like Zero added some stuff. So thank you. Oh, hear that thunder? So thank you guys so much, all of you. Thank everybody who came on the panel. And with that said, thank the viewers who are watching. And also I want to thank the viewers who watch this show after the fact. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Remember, I do 4 streams a week, live. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern every week. You guys are going to see a lot more of me. Also, we can switch things up. We could go in different directions. You guys can help bring the topics, and we'll do it. So with that being said, also, I'll put out another video tonight, another movie review. I've been banging them out. So with that said, there's only one last thing to say. Guys, from the bottom of my heart, everything that went over today, and now your mama knows.
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!